Hello, guys. We're back after a very long time because I had no space and we've been busy. But
It has
I'll
been a
show you
long
what's
time,
behind us
yes.
in a minute, or behind me in a minute.
We will get to that.
Yeah, I'll show you later. I'll try and hide it. But
Pretty impressive.
oh my God,
Holy shit!
it's the middle of the day. What the? Oh my God.
Do you see this?
Yes, I see this. So you saw a skeleton horse before
Okay.
the lightning struck?
Yeah, there's a skeleton horse just wandering
They're
around. So when
shooting
I
each
went up
other.
to
Why are
it,
they shooting each other?
oh, they just killed
No,
each other.
don't kill
I
the
guess
horse.
kill the
Oh
skeleton.
no,
Oh god.
I missed.
Just the skeletons.
Oh
Oh
God.
god.
What? I'm aiming higher, please.
Okay,
All
well,
right, I'm not gonna shoot anymore. Oh, this guy dropped a helmet.
there's one left.
Okay, I'll leave that. Well, maybe I could shoot him. I'll try getting above him. Oh, you got him.
Pickaxe him.
You got him.
Here
Nice.
we go. Okay.
Okay, we need to find a lead or a saddle. Okay, honestly, I have
Seems like
no
he's
idea
already tamed.
what we filmed last. I feel like we might have shown them the fountain, right?
Oh my god, do they not even know about the fountain?
I feel like. Oh my God, you know what? Let me pause the video. I'm gonna check if I can. All right, we're back. So we did show you the fountain. We did do a little bit of updating. So we changed the
We should check
floors.
how much is in there, actually. I don't think we've been there. In there.
We have multiple
Oh, wow.
levels now. Whole new level that we can complete. Oh my Jesus. That's a lot. A whole double chest full of carrots, potatoes, and almost beetroots.
Oh god, this glass looks so terrible.
Oh yeah, it looks awful. We had to not have Optifine because we're in 1.19, whatever that
We're too
means.
new to the game.
And they keep updating, so we're never gonna catch up. But yeah, we replaced
Yeah,
the
we've got a lot of
floor.
stuff.
We have all this stuff. We have like 4 levels here. I think 3 completed ones. 1, 2, 3, and then 4th not completed. And we want to go upwards, but there's a whole lake thing, underwater cave. So what our plan is to get ourselves equipped and prepared to go on an exploration of an ocean to try and find some sponges. Because I remember that we can use sponges to soak up a bunch of water. So we spent a bunch of time enchanting our armor. So now we have pretty much the
Mhm.
best armor we can get.
Yeah, it doesn't get
Ex
better.
except, except, this is the new thing. I
Huh?
discovered there's a thing called netherite armor. I have no idea what
Get it in
exactly
the
it
nether?
is. I'm pretty sure it's in the nether. I'm not sure if we've ever come across netherite,
Hmm.
but from what I can tell from the few videos I have seen, I haven't properly watched it and they weren't specifically about netherite because I imagine netherite has existed for a while. But I think that is the
You know,
strongest armor in the game.
I feel like I vaguely remember hearing something about that way back when I played. Maybe it was like about to come out or something. I had no idea what it was, but the name sounds familiar.
Must have been just at the very, very end. Because, yeah,
Is it better than diamond?
I think it might be. Because I was watching a YouTube. What the heck? Okay, there we go. I was watching, not a YouTube, a TikTok of like these people do all these challenges or whatever with the best Minecraft players or something like that. I don't know. But they were saying like this guy's decked out to the max with his netherite armor, netherite tools or something like that.
Oh,
And I'm like, what the heck is a
damn.
netherite? So
Okay.
I
Well, I
think
guess
that's
we'll
something we
still
have to
need to do a lot
explore.
more.
Yes. Oh shoot. I I kind of showed them a little sneak peek.
It's okay.
But
From
anyways,
here, they don't know what that is.
yeah, let's have a look at the map real quick. Why don't we? So the map has been updated. Oh geez, this is ugly. No.
My God.
Okay, I'm just gonna go all the way down. I just can't bear to look at the glass.
Yeah.
So if you look, Dan completed or he worked a little bit
Oh,
more on
I
the
added
road.
more road because I was stuck in my room for a week, more than a week, 'cause I had COVID. So,
Yeah, during that time we got a lot done because I could
mhm.
play along with him whenever he was free, which was always. So so we had like 4 days of consecutive play almost, or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, well, that's like pretty much like all I did those days.
Which is good, because
It was
we
very
did
fun.
this.
My
This must be a
school
shock
got
to you
out.
guys.
I like moved back home for like a week,
Oh yeah, he had to move out. Done with school. Had
which I
COVID.
am now in a new place, all
Yes,
moved in,
we'll definitely
which I will tell you about later. But
definitely go
yeah,
over that.
anyway,
And I have a ton of things to tell you as well. Lots of updates. So we made
lots of
this.
time. You can see that
Yes, I
if you
came
have
back
any
one day.
idea of what this might be.
I came back one day and I saw him, like, he had completely cleared this mountain. I'm like, what the heck is that? Because we had been working on this. I'm not sure we've shown it off yet, the automatic chicken thing.
Oh, we definitely have not. We
Yeah,
should
so
show them.
let's go show it off. But anyways, feast your eyes on
I also
this. You'll
don't
see
think
it in
they've
person.
seen the finished villager building.
Oh, you're
The
right. Yes, lots of
not
updates.
too much changed. A roof was just added, and then villagers put in their places.
Yeah, we made like 2 levels. One was a farming thing, and one was a enchantment section, which is how we got all of our books to enchant our tools pretty much fully, and our equipment fully as well. But now I believe we may have better armor we need to find. So
Okay, well, we'll still have a use for the building then.
yes, we will. This armor will serve us for a long time though, because I don't imagine we'll get whatever this netherite is anytime soon. So yeah, we worked on this and the chicken farm. As you can see, it's got a roof and 2 layers of villagers. I don't
It now
remember.
has a spiral staircase on the inside.
Yes. And then we we have a cool minecart system that you probably saw a bit of to go from the villager breeding grounds
Little
to
deporting
the farm.
station,
Yes.
if you will.
Is it deporting or is it immigration? Deporting because it's by force.
I mean, it's probably worse than deporting because we're like, we also brought them here
That's true.
and breeded them. This is just like a waypoint in their like,
Yeah,
yeah,
they don't know much
jeez.
of life.
Poor
But
guys.
this, we worked on this, and Dan worked on a
It
really
is
cool
now
system.
a perfect circle, this farm.
We changed it, made it a bit more circly, and to try and reduce the lag, we we worked on a minecart system. Pretty much Dan worked on it all, and I observed and
Should be
learned.
coming back soon, and you can see what it does.
hmm But as you can see, we have a little bit of a flooring here, so you can. Oh,
Oh,
there it is.
here it is.
So you can see it picks up eggs, deposits them in here, gets sorted through here, and then.
Goes through a filter, so anything that's not an egg goes into this chest
hmm
right here.
Then everything that is an egg gets tossed in here, our lava pit.
Instantly incinerated.
As you can see, we have
Oh
plenty
my
of stuff,
god.
except for seeds. No seeds.
Yeah,
We'll have to work on
these are a
that.
bit of an issue right now, but that's, yeah.
So that's helped reduce our lag a little bit due to these many creatures.
This still obviously has some furnishing to do. It's just kind of like the frame. We need to
Yeah,
turn it into a proper hut,
mhm,
but priorities, that is not one of them.
exactly. Instead, after I came back and I was working on enchanting the armor to the end, he cleared out a section and we worked on this.
This
This
is our
is
best
a
thing that we've built so
oh,
far,
hands down, it's the best thing we've built.
by
The
far, and
architecture,
we
the
will
functionality.
demo it.
This is a horse testing facility. And
A full facility.
I was a little skeptical how it would work at first
Me as
and
well.
how we'd manage to make it look good, but I think we pulled it off because it, as you can see, this is perfect.
This
So,
chest will go somewhere else
we
eventually.
have so many things in these chests, it's just
Lots of
not
things were
even funny.
excavated from this mountain, so
Yeah, I think we even have more chests, but
yeah, there's more.
I guess the best
So I
thing we
guess
could
we'll
do is
just
give
take
it a
them
shot.
along
Yeah,
the way here.
so we can go down here actually. We can head to the beginning. So this is the last thing we worked on.
Yeah, so while you're on the path, you never leave the path. There's always a
hmm
very nice path for you to
I
go
guess we'll
down.
show them the path a little bit. So we have the plowed or whatever this is called, the plotted. grass, and then we have a border of, what is it, spruce? And we thought
Yeah,
this looked
spruce logs.
beautiful.
It looks so amazing. This
We did this
entire
step by
facility
step.
is like medieval themed.
Because at first we're like, what do we want the road to be? This looks fine. What do we want the border to be? And then we experimented and came up with this thing, and it looks great. And then we experimented with the width and how to curve things. And then, yeah, this was the
And that's
last thing
just
we
the
did.
path. We will show you everything.
This is the last thing we did, which is this. We haven't finished it quite yet, but this is where all the stables are going to be to hold all the horses we've bred, and we're going to have a breeding ground, and then this was quite a project.
Fantastic spiral.
Crazy spiral. We'll show everything off a little bit better in the future, but we start off here at these 2 entry gates, and then
yeah, the right 2 tracks are for racing.
Yep, and
Show
then
you
we
what the
press
third
the
one
button.
does later.
Damn, that's deep. Oh, I forgot to sprint at first. Oh well. There we go. And then when you cross the finish line, the one who crosses first gets the lights. But not only that, one of the more recent additions that dear Redstone Master managed to do is have a timer. So
25 blocks.
indeed,
Is that your normal speed?
it is actually, yeah.
So I guess your sprinting thing didn't even affect.
Yeah, I think I got it just as it lifted, so I didn't eliminate anything, or maybe it just eliminated a partial second that didn't even count. But yeah, we can get super precise with this, and it
Yeah,
tests.
basically, as soon as you start, it just starts spitting out blocks as fast as it can.
Do you want to
and
run
then-
through and I can show them how it runs? Plus they can see a
Sure,
different number pop up. So basically when you're done, you just take it away and then plop it in the back, and then it
Actually, here, I'll
disappears.
go around so that way you can show them on the recording.
Yes. And then so this method is great because not only can we test it against two horses, so we can see which one is faster and slower, we can test single horses to see just how fast they are. There we go.
So mine is just barely behind
Yeah,
Avery's.
26 cobblestone.
And so I get 26 instead of 25.
hmm
So very happy that it's able to pick up a difference and that we're able to measure them.
Yeah, it's a very, very good system. And then once you're done, you come by here, and then you go to the entrance again, and then we'll loop around to our other testing thing, which is our hurdles, where it tests the height of our jump. This one took quite a bit of effort to figure out because we had to space it out appropriately.
It's hard to design.
And we had to come up with like... we'll explain the design process later. Let's just show this off first. You want to give it a go? I'll show them from the side.
Yeah, I mean, my horse can only make it past like the
Oh,
first
shoot,
one.
you're right.
So.
Maybe. Okay. There you go.
Yep. We have a lot
Yeah.
of jumping improvements to make.
Yes, I don't think
I can't make it past that.
And if you can't make it past, you have to walk the walk of shame.
Shameful, dirty path over here to make you reflect on how badly you jump.
Oh, that was fast. That was immediate. There was no delay at all. There we go. And then my horse cannot jump past this one. Nope.
So it gets taller by half a block every
yeah.
time. And every single one is possible to clear with a horse. Surprisingly. I
looked
know you're
it
going to
up.
look at this one
This
and
looks
be like,
insane.
how in the hell is a horse going to clear that?
Yeah, we
But
looked it
it's
up and the max
possible.
one is 5 blocks. We have no idea how on earth a horse can do that, but we'll find one or make one. I feel like it'll be insanely hard to make one. Finding one is probably more likely.
Maybe.
Because
Yeah,
the whole
we'll see.
breeding statistics is like it takes typically the average of the two. Sometimes it improves them a little bit. I don't know. That's what I remember.
But yeah, with this facility, we'll have lots of stalls down there, and we can test their stats and measure them exactly.
Yeah.
And we'll have them all labeled. And we should be able to, with a lot of work, have the fastest horse that can jump 5 blocks.
Indeed. Same with mules,
Mhm.
because those guys are super useful. So I'll start from the design process at the very beginning here, where we first started. And I guess I'll sit up here just to show them. So pretty much, we started off with these two, and we had to figure out how to space all three of these apart. Initially, we had the hurdles a little bit further because we wanted a separation, but then we changed that because it's just nicer to have it even. Plus, we can just make our paths because we needed the paths to connect to go underground to lead us back here or around, whichever one we wanted to do. And then,
A lot more space under, so we figured we'd go under.
and then Dan started with a redstone contraption and his uh, initial archway. If you want to explain that a bit, I don't exactly remember your process.
Um, it was a pretty basic thing. Like, I think it was just like a log up on each side, but
Oh, right,
but
it
then we wanted
was.
to perfectly hide all of the redstone, and that's where it started getting thicker. And that is where my design had issues, and Avery had to step in.
Yeah, because during this initial process, he was working on this while I was finishing enchanting all my items. Because while I was away, he enchanted all of his, so I had to enchant all mine, which gave him time to work on the redstone for our little horseway. So when I came over, it was like I checked in every once in a while, and yeah, there were the pillars, and then he added in the lights, and that was super cool. And then he put the stone brick walls, which looked cool, and it gave the initial inspiration to make it sort of medieval looking. So, but it was essentially just this 3 block thick contraption around the redstone because there's redstone inside these pillars here.
Yeah, everything you see here is wired intensely.
Yes, and we had to fix that because it wasn't, you know, pretty. So what
Yeah.
we did was spend some time to adjust the design. It took a lot of very slow and tedious iterations and experimentation, but I came up with this here, this little initial pillar design that I call the Phoenix because it kind of looks like a thing with wings up top. But I came up with that, so I'm like, why not just duplicate it on all three sides?
It
And
looks
then
so good.
I added in the stone brick things in the middle to just split up the wood, and then these glowstone here so that these 2 foot things aren't just sticking out of nowhere. And we have some natural lighting, or unnatural, depending on whether the nether is natural. But we also had this design, which took a lot of work, and then we had the roof perfectly, like, I don't even know, curly, perfectly curly, and
Yeah, we went through
stairs.
so many iterations where we just like go up, change like one block, and then observe.
Yes, it took so many hours of just minuscule adjustments to figure out what the heck we're doing. And then we
But
basically,
it
once
looks
we had,
great from every angle, so
yeah, and then we came up with like the fencing thing. Uh, I basically cut it down a little bit, added this trapdoors and the fences just to give it a little bit more depth because I didn't want it to look fat. I wanted it to look skinny and sort of close to the piston, which gives it more depth compared to everything else. But yeah, we got one archway down, and after we did that, we just copied it to this middle one, and then we had an issue. We're like, what the heck are we doing with the hurdles?
yeah.
So essentially what we decided to do was just make it 3. Why not? Make it perfectly even, make it 3. That way it won't mess up the design at all, nothing weird's going to happen. So we had to redo our spacing, eliminate a jump, I believe, and push something back. I don't know exactly the process,
Yeah, the
but
first jump got eliminated because it was just like a block and a half,
yeah,
which
it's kind of
we
useless
figured if
because
your horse can't do that, then like just immediately take it out of the gene pool. Like you shouldn't
hmm
even like
yeah. And one of
that's
the
terrible.
one of the other things that took up Jesus, this bow's strong. But one of the other things that I spent a lot of time on were the design of the hurdles. So we had the initial idea of having like the pillar here on the side, and then we had some blocks in the middle. And then Dan and I worked on what if we put fences underneath, and then what if we had birch or no, this is not birch, this is oak, and then spruce, and then it looks nice. So I spent like a good hour probably trying to come up with
Yeah, you spent
a
so long.
it was a long time just coming up with a simple and not overly designed
Yeah,
design,
because we you kept on coming up with like things that were like really good and like sophisticated,
but a bit
but
bulky
then we were
and a bit
like,
too much.
let's think about it, like it's just like a hurdle. Like
Hmm
sometimes less is more.
Definitely. So I took that to heart, and I'm like, okay, let's do this, because I didn't want to just
And
settle
that's
with something simple. I wanted to have
that's when he
a
decided to
little
put the
more to
buttons
it.
on the side.
So I added the trap doors and then these pillars or these fences on the side. I'm like, that looks great, but it's missing something. So then I spent like another 30 minutes thinking,
We're
what the
just
heck am I gonna do?
studying.
So eventually I'm like, buttons. Why not have a button? We'll have an oak button on the side. And then I had spent another like 15 minutes trying to figure out how to orient the buttons. I'm like, this is the best. On the sides, not on all four, not on the opposite sides, on these two sides. And then this is what it came up with, and it worked out. And I'm gonna be done with the conversation about buttons and stuff. So this is what we had to do when we pushed back the all the hurdles. We melded this hurdle
Yeah.
with the pillar there, because that was a complicated situation to make it look natural and work out.
I had to change the spacing between the hurdles so many times,
Because it was
but I'm
initially
happy
10
with the one that
blocks,
we landed on.
now it's 12 blocks, and it still works. So yeah, managed to design all that. It took so long, and we had to clear so much stuff, and then we worked on the road. And after all this stuff was done, we worked on this design, which is crazy, because we didn't want it just to be plain or like this weird arch thing right there. So we added on that, and I think it looks pretty cool now.
Yeah, it looked weird with that. It just looked really weird
And as you can see, we
without it.
basically just copy pasted the design quality of, or the design aspects of the little arches everywhere. And then this is
Went
super
inside
cool.
here, which is super kind of new, but
hmm
still like the same style.
Yeah. So we we I think you found out that there were cool pillars that we could do here.
Mhm.
I don't remember how that went down, but either way, it ended up awesome. This was a collaborative effort of two genius minds
Definitely.
coming together to create something phenomenal. Because
What the?
we are so proud of how this turned out. Like,
Yeah. I challenge any of you to make a better one and send it to us.
hmm
I
any one of you watching,
think
probably 20
we
years
have
in
a
the
very good
future.
contender for one of the best horse training facilities in
Oh
survival
yeah,
Minecraft.
definitely.
So,
This is cool, especially non-professional. We're
mhm.
amateurs.
Yeah.
All right, we got to put more lanterns up somewhere. Some
Yeah,
more design
definitely.
stuff we're gonna have to do is put up lamps in the middle, like little lamp posts, and then lamp posts everywhere else so we can have it lit up without torches. And
Yeah,
then lanterns are gonna
torches.
be a cool thing. So yeah, basically this really cool design, we want to copy it all the way down here, which is what you see here. And as you can see, we have oak, slabs, and dirt. And we're gonna
Oh
subject you
God.
to this because you're not gonna know this otherwise, and we would have spent this effort for no reason. So look underneath the wood. Keep this in mind because this is gonna be a theme. Take note of the 1 pixel that pops up underneath the slab because the grass is plotted down. It's visible, so we made it dirt to make it just ever so slightly more dirt path.
More blended.
Indeed. And
There was a long debate on whether it should be wood or dirt.
yes.
And I'm not proud of how long we spent on that conversation for the 1 pixel, but
Oh, and that conversation persisted into
we have we
into
have a
more.
good product. So
And then one of the more recent things is this tunnel. So what we wanted was we wanted a good exit here, a good way to view the entrance so that we had enough space to exit on the left, the right, the middle, and to see everything properly. So we needed it spaced out. So we decided to put it in the mountain. So we put it here. I did the arch again. We faked this hill thing, but I think it looks
did a bit of
great,
terraforming.
honestly.
I mean, honestly, that was probably originally there anyway in the mountain. I just took all of it away, and then we like
Yeah,
decided to put it back when
exactly.
we were
So
done.
we
So
we pretty much destroyed this entire section here, and then built this, created this, and then yeah, started from there. So we dug out a massive circle. is what we did. We had a giant
The
cylinder.
giant cylinder, yeah.
So we calculated it out. Took us a while to dig everything out.
Oh
That
my
was
god,
interesting.
oh wait, no, that's the same skeleton horse, I
Yeah,
think.
same one, same
We
one.
never trained it.
We'll have
Sorry,
to lead it
continue.
over to the other skeleton horse. I wonder if they can breed. Probably not, because
I
we
don't
looked it
think
up.
so.
I don't
Yeah.
think they can breed with each other either. Anyways, so we dug out a giant cylinder, and we can actually show it to you a little bit. If
Oh
we
yeah,
dig
that's right.
into the wall, I think here. We still haven't filled out this. Oh, come on.
Yeah. Oh.
There we go.
So
So as you
this is
can
what it
see,
looked like all the way up to the top.
then we had to create these dirt things, calculate that out. That was complicated,
There's a
but
lot of
Dan did a great
circular
job.
math going on.
He did a phenomenal job on getting the spiral down.
Portions.
He's very good at spirals. So
I love spirals.
so that's what we did here, and then we started working on the walls, which took absolutely forever. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even funny. There you go. So
You'll
think we
see at the tops and bottoms of these walls, there's so much detail.
So what we did essentially was he did the flooring and then he did the ceiling because the ceiling had to be exactly 5 blocks tall is what we decided. So he just copied the bottom to the top, right? That's what you did.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much copy pasted.
Oh, can you put a torch up? I think we lost a torch.
I do not have a torch.
Oh, neither do I. Oh well.
I guess it was just like that. I don't know.
Weird. All right then. Anyways, so we did the top and the bottom, and then we decided to border the bottom with the wood, which is the starting point. So these wood things. And as you can tell, I oriented them perfectly each time. So they're exactly the same on each side, and they have the same theory going to it. So as you can see, it goes this way, and then it goes forward, and then it goes out, and then it goes out this way, and then forward that way. So we have a little bit more oak, or not oak, spruce, pointed upwards, so that the flow of everything points to the exit, ever so slightly. You'll never notice, but we're forcing you to, so now everyone will know. So
Yeah,
and
also where all of these log pillars are took a lot of work to figure out.
yes, because we had to get the spacing right, because we had to come up with like, wait, why am I led to your horse? Where's my horse?
I don't know.
I attached a lead to your horse instead of mine. Anyways, we had to space it out, so we came up with this because initially we wanted them all to be on this little end block that sticks out, but then we came across an issue. Right, where was it?
Somewhere around here, I don't know.
Oh, right, we also adjusted the bottom block. So I think we stuck this block out a little more, or something like that, and brought one down, but we fixed it.
Yeah.
So now
I
it's
mean, looking
pretty
at this
even
now,
everywhere.
you would never know there were any issues because of how nicely we fixed everything, but
Quite
there were
complicated.
issues.
And also, as you can see, we put in a pretty similar style to the entryway. We wanted to have that sort of stripy pattern of spruce and stone brick walls. So we did that around here, and that led to being able to see the top and bottom block, and then all the ones in the tiny little corners, which meant that's what my job was. Put all the wood in the corners appropriately. So as you can see, every corner has a methodology to it. So we have upward facing, and then we have sideways facing. Sideways facing goes about the same methodology as the sideways facing on the floor, and then all of the upward facing blocks are the ones in the corners. And I think that is a very good and efficient way to describe my very many hours of doing that. It was rough. So we had a system where I had the wood doing the pillars and then the borders, and then he worked on the walls and
Made several trips to the log farm.
yes, and that log farm is so efficient, especially spruce.
It works well, yeah.
So I think that about covers everything we did on this really amazing build. We're not
I think you're
quite
up to
done with
speed
it,
now.
but we're good. We only had another plan, which was to have our main road come down from top like we normally have planned over that hill, and then comes to the barn, and then it's going to come down this dirt grass path. So we're gonna make a bridge,
Gonna be a nice bridge.
and then we're going to make a tunnel system. So we're gonna have to figure out where it goes. It's gonna have to circle around our
Yeah,
main circly
our
thing
spiral
with
is
the
kind of like a
horse.
huge
Yeah.
thing to get around
So
now, but
I think it's
I
gonna
think we
have
still make
to
it work.
we could go under and then up. That's a possibility. So we can go down and then up.
Yeah, we
Or
could. I think just going more left is probably the
yeah,
way to go. Although I
but
know you wanted to get
yeah.
to the cliffside as soon as possible, but
So down and up could work for that. But basically what my idea was if we're gonna have a tunnel, why not have it at the very, very edge, the side face of the cliff, so that we can have glass all along the wall and we can look out at this cool lake and the village. So it'll come along the side, and then I guess I'll go up here to show off the next idea that I don't think they know about because we came up
they
with it.
definitely don't.
So the tunnel is going to go over here, and then it'll exit right here. And we're going to connect it to that path that already exists right there. Which means what we're going to do is make a really, really, really big bridge.
This bridge is gonna be so cool.
And the idea for that is it's one of those old bridges made of wood that you'd see in like a Western or something, or in like Red Dead Redemption 2 or something like that. But big wood bridge with all the little X's and like trusses or whatever, all the support things
hmm
going down. And we're going to connect the tunnel to the bridge, which is going to then interconnect this village with our village.
Just like that, we have a road to the end of the oasis on this side.
Yes. And I actually want to head over to that village real quick because I want to come up with an idea to connect this village to the floating village.
Okay.
Because now that I'm thinking about it, there's two villages over there.
Not far from each other.
Not at all.
And the floating village is very unique, so it should be connected to the network.
Definitely. We'll have to come up with good ways to design bridges and connection things to
Yeah, honestly,
so
I think
connect each
wood
thing.
bridges might be nice for like our island bridges as well.
Definitely. I think so too. We can just make it a little bit fancier than the massive one.
Yeah,
Or who knows? At this point, we're just getting better at our building, so we might be able to make a super massive fancy bridge, but that would take us so long. Actually, might not take us too long. Just the designing process initially, and then we can copy paste the idea all along the thing.
yeah,
All right.
yeah,
So,
yeah, that's true. I
but
mean, although maybe
we'll
these
see
ones
what
will have like
happens.
stone or something. The one over here is all wood,
Oh,
for sure.
100%. Yeah. I think our bridges that exit our island should have a little bit of fancy to it. So like some
hmm
stone, a lot of wood though. I like wood, especially spruce. Spruce looks really good.
Spruce just looks so good, and it's so easy for us to get, which is perfect.
Yes, that's the best part. It's easy to get because we can just get stacks and stacks of it in like 10 minutes.
We have so many trees that you literally can't keep up with how fast they grow.
Yeah, they spawn on us. They've done that multiple times, and then they just sprout
Like
all the
more is
time.
being produced than two of us can take down, I think.
So
Maybe the both of us could catch up
yeah,
eventually, but one
maybe.
person definitely not.
As long as you don't replant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got this cool village. This one here. Should we? I don't want to have a massive bridge. Nothing like super thick.
Yeah. Let's see. The path already kind of goes off into the air, interestingly enough.
I'm thinking, what if we have the path go down to the ice? So we can go from, so it's not going to be a floating one. We can go down to the ice and snow, go up to the hill, and then have the path basically go from there. So we could,
idea. Or what if the road went in the air, but like it wasn't like a bridge in the traditional sense where it needs like supports going down to the ground? It's going by like the same like floating logic that the village has, and it just kind of like floats on over.
interesting. if we do something like that, we could also play around with creating land bridges. So we can create our own floating islands that connect from here to
Oh, that's
there,
true.
and then we can have maybe floating suspension bridges between the islands. So like not massive bridge, but like the suspension bridge that kind of goes down and up like a really wide
Yeah,
view. I feel like
yeah.
that could look really cool.
That could look really cool, yeah.
And that way we sort of tie it in with,
Yeah,
as
that'd
you
be neat,
said,
actually.
we tie it in with the floating of it, so it sort of transitions from this into the floating
Hmm.
islands that go over there. That could be awesome.
I think that would look really cool.
I think that might be the plan. That would be so cool. And that shouldn't be too difficult either. We just create blobs of islands at random intervals, and then we just
Yeah,
do very thin, like slabby suspension bridge.
that'd be so cool.
Yeah, that shouldn't take too long at all. So we have it noted and we have it in our brains, so I'm sure we'll remember.
Hmm.
Because that's not going to happen for a while.
No, that's definitely not a priority.
No. What's this?
But yeah, I don't know if we've said it to you guys yet, but our goal is to have the main road go from the complete south of the oasis to the complete north.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like one fluid path, the main road.
Definitely. And we need to
And then we'll
have,
have like side paths, of course, but
yeah. And I think, should we have the main road connect all of the villages, including the vacation one?
I think the vacation one should kind of seem like it's like a getaway spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like
so
we
I
don't
think
want to pave through all those flowers, you know?
definitely. So we could either leave no road or like a very not
Like an
paved
elegant
one.
road. Yeah.
We could have something similar to our
Elegant
horse
path.
track.
Yeah,
Because that's pretty. Yeah, I think a horse track thing would be pretty nice just to follow.
definitely.
We don't have to border it with anything, just nice and simple. I'm gonna drop this horse off here.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Let me. Can we put armor on it? No, no, we cannot. So still very few hearts and super slow. How much can it jump? Oh, it feels like it can jump pretty high.
It actually jumps pretty good. Wait.
Hold on. Oh, maybe not. Hold on. F5. You know what? I'm gonna go over to this wall to test it.
Man, we have a whole horse training facility.
I know, but we just ran away from it.
Yeah.
But we should. No, we'll do it with all the other horses.
Yeah,
Oh,
once we have the stables, we will bring all of these guys over
it can
and test
do
them.
it can do 3 blocks.
I think that's the most we have so far, huh?
I think it might be, but we can't breed it, so
Yeah, it doesn't really help.
no. It's cool though.
We can each have a skeleton horse now, though, so that's cool.
Yeah, for Halloween. I
Collector's
guess.
item. Yeah.
There. And then I should get the saddle off. Okay. So, I guess, I don't know, I'll probably stop filming and then you and I can
Yeah.
farm and then, I don't know,
Everyone
catch
is
up and stuff.
fully up to date.
I don't know if we should record our conversations about life updates. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
it's definitely nice, so maybe we should keep it in. I'm just scared of storage.
How much do you have?
Checking. 66.7 gigabytes, which is a good amount.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if we're just like farming, then don't do it. But if we're like talking and doing something interesting, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. We'll start farming,
Okay.
and I'll continue
Yeah.
recording, I guess. Where do we put our horses? We still don't have any
Oh, jeez, so many
any
chances.
fences. Not over
Oh, I
there.
have one in my inventory. Perfect.
Well, that's good for one
Where shall I
horse.
put it for now?
Actually,
No,
you
we
know
can do
what?
both
I'm going to.
on the same fence.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go get a mule. Wait, where's
Slight
the
problem with
mules?
that.
Oh,
To update
shoot.
you guys, oh
Fess
god, how
up.
do I say this? So both of our mules, or I guess one mule and one donkey, they have unfortunately passed away due to my negligence.
Passed away is a very light term.
Okay, I'll go into it. I'll go into it. Come down to the basement. I can give you a visual.
Oh god.
Not a visual, but I'll paint the picture. So they were standing right here, and we had them like roped up to these fences because they were like full of stuff. And one day, as I was trying to get to the chest here, I accidentally pushed one off, and it was just dangling, and it was just kind of like bouncing around and having fun.
Oh
Or at
my
least I thought it was having fun.
god. Oh my god.
It looked fun, but anyway, I left it. I was doing something at the time, but I came back and it was still bouncing. I thought it was quite amusing, so I pushed the other one off, and then they were both just bouncing. And then I was doing some basic. I think I was adding more roof. I was adding the rest of the quartz roof in, and then I noticed one of them just spontaneously died while bouncing, and so then I got scared, and I cut the rope of the other one off, and then as soon as it touched the ground, it instantly perished.
Oh no.
And yeah, we got all the supplies back and the leads and the saddles,
Uh-huh.
but unfortunately, the animals did not survive.
Yes. So I
In my
came back one
defense,
day to that.
one of them was an accident. Although I guess I could have still saved it if I cut it off immediately.
Cause you were like charging up its fall damage.
Yeah, because I guess it had just been falling for like an hour. So it was going like, what's it called? Like peak velocity or something?
Terminal velocity.
Yeah, it was going at terminal velocity. And then as soon as you cut it off, it's just, oof, yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
think you get the picture.
Yeah, so he brutally murdered our horses in a horrendous way.
Hey,
I'm kidding,
was,
I'm kidding. It was
I'll
an
argue
accident.
it was manslaughter. Okay. Yes, it
But
was by my cause, but it was not my intention to do so.
it's a bit of a shocking way to go out. But where'd you put your horse?
Oh, I think it's up by the house.
Oh, okay. So it's a
It's still
bit of a
alive, don't worry.
brutal way to go out, but we've mourned and we've gotten over it. So now now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go out and search for a donkey to breed with the horse.
Yeah, ideally we
is-
can get 2 donkeys, because then we can breed
Yeah,
the
all
best
all's well
mule.
and good because we need to go out anyways because we gotta.
We would have
collect
had to
more
get another one
horses.
anyway, so.
Oh, definitely. We have to collect more horses, for breeding.
Not to say that they're completely expendable,
Yeah,
'cause that's
yeah.
messed up, but there are greater things we could have lost. So.
Yeah. Oh shoot, I have too much stuff in my inventory.
Alright, well I guess I will get to it.
I will, I don't know, drop all of my stuff off in a chest somewhere.
Mhm.
So basically, we got to go out and find a horse or a few horses and donkeys. So that'll be like another adventure we can go on.
Yeah, I think maybe if after we finish farming. Oh yeah, we needed the farm because all of our tools are about to die from constructing that beautiful
Yeah, I think
architecture.
his a little bit more than mine.
Yeah, they're not doing too bad, but yeah, they could definitely use some healing.
Hmm.
So after we get that healed up, I think I might start digging out where the stables are gonna be, and then once we have a place for them to be, we can go on an adventure and get some new horses and donkeys.
Yes, and then we're gonna breed them as much as we can. Spend some time there. We'll probably not show you the whole process, so we'll show you before and
The
after, and
exciting
like
ones.
a little bit in the middle. hmm And then
Anytime we have a big revelation or something, I don't know.
definitely, our ultimate goal is to go find an ocean so we can get sponges, so
Yeah.
we can expand our villager farm even more. Cause seems like we'll
Yeah,
need
this
it.
is all trying to. Yeah.
We have a great system. We trigger a raid, which gives us hero points or whatever it's
They know
called.
about that?
They might. I think they might a little bit, but might
They
as well
probably do.
explain it again because it's fun.
Mhm.
Trigger a raid, get hero points, take our automatic farm supplies, trade it
Yeah,
at
because
discount rates.
for like 30 minutes after you complete a raid in a village, all the villagers love you. So they get It's like a double discount, which you can explain. Sorry, I kind of interrupted you there. I got excited.
Yeah, so pretty much we find a discounted rate of our books and we do the discount of the hero thing. So then it gets it even lower. And then we trade all of our stuff, get a ton of emeralds, like multiple stacks of emeralds. And then we trade it all for the books, the enchanted books.
Which now we have like pretty much every good book possible available. So,
Because we've pretty much secured that they're there.
mhm.
So that's a great system, and we also get saddles each time, which is really
Yeah.
good. Okay, let's put some stuff away, I guess. Almost done putting things away. I think we went mining too. I have no idea if we showed you any of that.
We must have.
I feel like we must have.
That's definitely something that we wouldn't have shown on the video though,
Yeah, we
because
got
for
a
like
ton of
a solid like
diamonds.
month you had like no space.
Yeah. I don't even know when I'm gonna have time to edit these videos. No idea. Because I'm so busy, like, all the time.
Mhm.
Especially with my lightsaber thing, just constantly
Yeah.
working. Because,
Editing is definitely not the best use of your time, I must
no,
say.
I think my goal is to make enough money to justify me spending money on an editor and be like,
So it
hey,
shouldn't be too much. You don't need like great production value in
not
these.
at all, yeah. Just very bare
Like,
bones.
have you ever heard of the website like I think it's called like Fiverr or something?
Oh, yeah,
I think there's people who like only have a tiny bit of experience and they're like trying to make some money off of it.
sure, yeah, that would be
I think
great.
you
That's a
can
good
get some
idea.
good rates on that.
hmm
It'll be a bit of a challenge getting all the footage to them, but I'm sure you'll figure
Oh,
something out.
and behold, my efficiency 5
Oh my god.
mending and unbreaking 3
So
diamond hoe.
unnecessary. Efficiency on a hoe does nothing, by the way.
That was my final enchantment that I had to do for all of my stuff. I put efficiency 5 because it was at efficiency 4. So I might as well make it efficiency 5.
Jeez.
So unnecessary, yet so amazing.
Flex.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna find or make enough money to edit. Still working on finding apartments. Yeah, that's a process.
Yeah,
Plus, I
I can
discovered
imagine.
I need a lot of space because I have a desk and a workbench to build my lightsabers. I have my display cases, and then I have. What else do I need? What else takes a bunch of space? My display cases, my workbench, my desk, and then that essentially needs a room to itself, which is like a room's worth of space, which is nuts.
Which is a lot.
hmm
Rooms are very expensive
Yes, I've learned my
in our
apartment
area.
is 750 square feet, roughly, which is pretty darn good for what I'm paying. But that means it's gonna be hard to find a
It could be worse,
equivalent one.
but only if we lived in like New York.
Oh God, yeah. So
But it's still pretty bad.
Yeah, so that's what I've been working on a little bit, but I've been heavily focused on my lightsabers. Like, my goodness. I made an Obi-Wan lightsaber. I don't know if I told you about that. I think I
Oh,
did.
really?
No, did I
I
not?
think you said you were going to, but
Yeah.
you finished it.
Yes, I completely finished it and shipped it out like a couple weeks ago. I took my time on it because he said that I can take my time, so I was like, absolutely, I'll take my time. So I made sure to take it slowly and make sure it was awesome.
Yeah.
And then
It's
I
a great thing
spent
to hear from a client.
so many hours messing with the config file and SD card because this was a Crystal Focus, which has the force activation, which is my thing. Love it. But I haven't messed with it for so long since it's been ages since force activation existed as an option to buy, like a feature or whatever. And I can finally do it now. So since it's been so long, there's been multiple firmware updates. So I had to learn so many new things. Plus, I stuffed it full of all the things that I could. It has an OLED display, Bluetooth, chassis detection, an individually wired NeoPixel connector, and then it's got 30 fonts on it. So all the fonts that the board comes with, along with like 15 or so, maybe 16, 17 free fonts. A few from my friend Braden, who's also a lightsaber TikTok person that I've made a lightsaber for, etc. So I have some of his on there, some other free fonts, because I'm legally not allowed to put
Oh
paid
yeah, and
fonts
then
on
sell
there
it.
and then sell it unless I pay for it again. So why not just have a bunch of really awesome free fonts? And if they want paid fonts, they can pay for it or send me their fonts. But anyways, I
I
built the
wonder if you
Obi-Wan
can get big
lightsaber.
enough to where you can have like a deal with the people who make the fonts or something.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Already there's some people like in the lightsaber community that knows me, because there was Star Wars Celebration that happened relatively recently, which I thought it was like an every year thing, that it was in LA. No, next year it's in London. Yeah, so I missed out on being able to see it in the States for probably super cheap. Because I don't have to pay
Yeah.
for flights or whatever, but whatever. It's fine. I'll just go there when they pay me to go there because I'm going to be in their shows. Yeah, that's my goal. Haven't gotten a role yet, but I will eventually. And then they'll
Matter
pay
of
me.
time.
They'll pay me to go. Because they pay you to go to conventions when you're
Yeah.
part of it. That's amazing.
Mhm.
You get to pay. You get
It's,
paid in
yeah,
the film industry to do some amazing, really fun things.
absolutely.
Like, oh my god. So, that's awesome. Anyways, what was I saying? Lightsabers. Oh yeah, one of the people I made a Luke lightsaber for went to Celebration with it and loved it. Like, people loved it. There's a famous TikToker he showed it to. I'm not sure if I told you this. I think I might have, but
Yeah.
he showed it to this guy
Say it
called
again,
Straw
just
Hat Goofy, who's big on TikTok. I don't know if he's big on anything else, but I've seen some of his videos. So that's pretty cool. He said it was awesome and he loved it. And then other people in the community, like a very select few, but they've seen my videos on TikTok, which is great. And I think they enjoy it, which is good because I don't want to piss off the people that I am a part of, the lightsaber community. I don't want to do anything that they would disapprove of, which would be like bad business practices, unfair prices, bad quality, etc. But so far it seems like they enjoy it, and I've learned that people actually use my videos to help them with their builds, which is great.
damn.
Yeah, I know, right? It's feels awesome, and I'm
That is
shocked
very
too
cool.
because I don't even know how you can get so much out of my videos, considering I have to edit it down so much to fit within like a 30-second to 1 minute clip that
Man,
people
Jesus,
actually
you
watch.
need to go empty your inventory, man. Do you see what you're leaving behind?
No.
Look at this.
Um.
Good God, man.
Okay, fine. I
I'm
was
worried
just
they're gonna
hoping
like
you wouldn't
despawn or
notice.
something.
I'm gonna go to the mushroom. But yeah, my business has been going really well. I've built 4 Luke lightsabers, 3 of them on commission. Uh, one Force Unleashed 2 lightsaber. I built Eric's Kylo Ren lightsaber. I built this Obi-Wan lightsaber. So now I'm on like 7 official paid, like, what's it called? Paid commissions. And I'm doing a Darth Vader lightsaber right now, which is really cool. And it's for a guy in Denmark, which is nuts.
Oh.
Super far.
Love Denmark. I've never been there, but hear great things.
So, pretty much, I also have at I have one paid for that I'm waiting on the parts to arrive, and it won't arrive properly until like July, the beginning of July, because it's a chassis that needs to be printed out, and it takes like 3 weeks for it or something. And that's awesome. It's going to be another Obi-Wan lightsaber, but this time it's weathered instead of clean, which is cool.
We do love weathering.
hmm And I love building sabers I've built before because it's less stressful.
You know what to expect.
Exactly. And I'm like, I can do this. I know how to do it. This Darth Vader one I had to like add the grips to, so I printed out a grip template and then to make sure it was as straight as I could make it. And then I had to remove a label that was like either screwed on or riveted on. Luckily that wasn't too hard. I just like took some wire cutters, squeezed the rivet things and then pulled and it popped off. So that's great because the label is because technically Darth Vader's lightsaber is based off of or used a real camera part, like pretty much most of the original trilogy lightsabers did. So the hilt came with a label that said micro flash something something. So it's like a very specific thing, which is cool, but also like never seen and never used in the Vader prop itself. So I had to remove it.
Damn.
But luckily they made it so it's not too difficult to remove. And then now I just have to install the electronics, which hopefully I can do tomorrow, because I'm so busy next week. I was also so busy last week, but I'll let you tell your stories now. But basically, my lightsaber stuff has been going great. I have commissions pretty consistently, which is great for paying bills and potentially saving up to move and maybe go to Disneyland like I'm planning. So, yay.
Love Disneyland.
Yeah. I can't wait to go there with one of my lightsaber builds. I am afraid, though, of crushing a child's dreams. Because
Wait,
if,
oh.
if they potentially have a lightsaber that they're so very happy with that they just got at Disneyland, right? And then they see me walk
yeah.
up with something significantly better, it might crush their spirits. Or it could encourage them to look into the custom lightsaber community and go broke for the rest of their lives, which is also not a great great pathway, but
Yeah.
it's fun. So I think that's about it. There's so many skeletons over there. Oh my goodness.
The world outside our beautiful lit island.
Very scary. Yeah. So I think that
Yeah, I
about
can just
covers
imagine
my stuff.
a kid like seeing your lightsaber
hmm
and they're like, I want it. And then the parent like comes to you like, okay, like how much for like one of these?
Oh god.
And then you break it to them and then they have to break their kid's heart.
Oh, yeah. See, if you're a good parent, you would encourage them to get a job and to be financially responsible to afford one, or even better, build one themselves. Because my parents encouraging me to build mine myself because they didn't like the idea of me spending a bunch of money on a lightsaber. I was like, okay, what if I make it? They're like, make it? Okay, if you can afford to do that, go right ahead. And look where it's come. I
Look at
make
you
money
now.
from it. And I have 144,000 followers on TikTok from it.
And you can make whatever you want
Mm-hmm.
lightsaber wise.
Exactly.
Got the skills.
Yes. And it sucks though, because I have no time to do my own builds, my own lightsaber
Yeah.
builds. Oh, I also sold a lightsaber to replace it with the exact same thing but better. So
I think you told me
oh, I
about
told
that
you about
one.
that one. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
sold it. I'm not sure if I had told you that I
Yeah,
actually
you were
sold it.
only at you were going to sell it.
Yeah. So I ended up selling it. Sold it for I think 350 or 330, something like that.
Mhm.
And I didn't sell the crystal chamber with it, which I'm happy about. I did post it for sale with the crystal chamber, but the person I was talking to, I somehow the conversation got to a point where I'm like, I can also sell it without the crystal chamber for this much. He's like, sold. I'm like, yes.
Okay.
So now I'll have two of those crystal chambers, which is great, which means I can install it in a different lightsaber, which is amazing because those things are super rare and super sought after. So I'm like, why not just keep it for myself? So yeah, that lightsaber is coming. I had to spend like, I don't know, 50 extra dollars on it, which is not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
And it's more accurate than mine was because it has a few details that weren't included on mine since mine was pretty old.
Mhm.
And it'll be FX ready, so I can install electronics in it, which is going to be
Hey.
absolutely amazing because that thing is like steel. Feels amazing. So yeah, did that. Um, I have no time to make my Ray lightsaber, which I'm sad about, but also kind of relieved because that's going to be a scary project.
Why is
And
that one super scary?
because it's got the metal chassis with spinning, rotating crystal chamber thing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's going to be a complicated one. But super cool, but I can't really afford to build it when I have no time, and I have other builds to do. And then my Cal
Valid.
Kestis sabers I need to build to sell. 1,700 I think is what I'm going to end up putting them up for. That'll be great to do. I have to do that this month. Next month at the very, very, very latest. So I can show my income to apartments. That would be a huge
Oh,
boost.
yes, that's right.
I make a lot of money, theoretically, if I didn't have to pay so much money.
On paper, you have very good income.
Yes, indeed. Plus, they only ask for income. They don't ask for how much you pay.
Yeah. Which I
Plus,
feel like is a very important part being left out, but
oh yeah, 100%.
that's okay.
Yeah. Plus, that means any lightsaber build I do, since I buy all the parts, they don't know that. So
That's right, yeah.
it can just be pretty much seen as income because they don't know how much of the money sent to me is used on parts. It's
Very,
just income.
very helpful.
Yeah. So technically, I can say I make like $4,000 to $5,000 a month because each lightsaber is like $1,000. Well, it's like $800 on average, and I make maybe three a month. Plus, I am getting steady work and I sell lightsabers occasionally, so like it adds up.
It really does.
So yes, it's time for your story because you went on an adventure.
I did. Okay. Oh, geez. Where do I even start? So there I was, stuck at my home in the Bay Area with COVID. I kept testing positive, like even after like a week and a half or something since my original test,
Oh man, really?
which was weird because I only had symptoms for like the first 2 days, and then it was like nothing had ever happened.
That's
But for
weird.
some reason, the test kept on picking up on something, which I think is pretty common. My parents and I were researching it, but I eventually I tested negative the morning I was leaving.
Oh, well,
So
that's good.
it kind of worked out. Um, yeah, so that was a pretty crazy day because I had class the same day that I was driving down because I was trying to minimize how many nights I had to spend, which I guess I should say the house I'm moving into. Okay, so I can't move into this house until Friday, because the lease
Wait.
starts after that, and they're like doing work on the house. So I can't move into this house until Friday.
Okay.
But I have a summer class that starts on Tuesday, and it's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So that presents the problem of where do I live for like a couple days.
Oh, okay.
So on Tuesday morning, my class is at like 3 p.m. So I leave Tuesday morning and I make it there with barely any time to spare. I woke up like late that day. Um, I like measured everything right, but when I was setting my alarm, I was like, I'll just give it like 10 extra minutes. And I was setting the alarm for like 7. So I like moved it back like 10 minutes, but then I accidentally changed to like 7:50 instead of 6:50. So I
Oh
didn't
no.
change like the hour one.
Oh no.
So I was super behind. So I left late. um, so I was going down I-5 at like at least 80 the entire way.
Oh my
um,
god.
I think I made one stop in total, and then
You just booked it.
which I only spent like a minute there. I went directly to my school, and I made it to class.
Did you really?
It's quite the commute.
Oh my god.
Um,
Did you tell
I was
anybody?
not late. No.
Oh, what? Okay.
I didn't really know. I didn't know anyone in the class, and I felt
Oh.
weird just like sharing my adventure right
I
away.
see,
I was just trying to
yeah.
get to know people. But
Yes.
so let's see. So I've got a good buddy Blake who lives in Huntington Beach,
Mhm.
who's also going to be a senior cinematography student. And so I
Nice.
crashed at his place for the first 2 nights. He couldn't do Thursday night, so I only had him for Tuesday night and Wednesday night. Had a bunch of fun. I felt bad just because he lives with his family.
Oh.
I don't know. I feel weird just like asking to crash with like a family I don't even know. But
Yeah, it is a bit strange, but hey, as long as they're okay with it.
I did it. So I met his family. We had dinner together. Um, Shout out to his mom. She's amazing. If
Yes,
she's watching this,
she'll see it.
thank you.
Yes. Give it 20 years when both of us are famous.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna watch
Um,
these. They're gonna be like, how did these guys get famous? How did they manage to do all of that while doing Minecraft?
yeah, so it's kind of like under the condition that like she's like, yeah, I'm cool with that, him like staying, as long as like he's not like I don't know, cause like Blake, he has like early work in the mornings,
Mhm.
and she also leaves. Then it would like just be like me and my buddy's sister in the house, and not that like his mom thought that anything was gonna happen, but she's like, I'm letting like a stranger into my house,
Yeah.
just like
No, it's completely
it's kind of
understandable.
weird. So I was like very understandable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in your house without my friend anyway.
Yes,
So
exactly. That's
I will wake
all
up
sorts of
early
weird.
and leave whenever my friend leaves. And
Mhm.
she's like, okay, cool. Yeah, you can stay as long as you need. But then I couldn't stay the night Thursday, which I'll explain later. But let's see. So we're on Tuesday. Um, yeah. Okay. So I won't share every detail, but sorry, I got lost. Okay. There's so many details.
Oh
So
yeah,
many
no,
events happened
I
in the matter of a
understand.
couple days.
Completely understand.
um, so Blake, he like teaches at a high school. He's like subbing for the high school that he like went to high school at because his film production teacher got like put on leave or something
How can he
until
sub
next year.
without a degree? Does he have one?
So yeah, so it was kind of weird. Like they had an official like sub that had the credentials,
Mhm.
but all she did was just like take attendance or something. She just sat at her desk and like played video games, which was weird because she was like
What?
kind of on the
What?
older side. but,
Okay.
but then he was also getting paid. I don't know who was paying him, but he was getting paid
Weird.
about the much as a sub would
Dang, that's
to
pretty good.
like be there like actually teaching the class.
Huh.
because
All
the
right.
sub knew nothing about film production because they're just a sub.
So he's teaching a high
But
school film production
so yeah,
class.
for the past month, I'm pretty sure high school ended like last week, so he's done now.
That's pretty
But
cool.
yeah, he was teaching a high school film production class, which was pretty cool.
Hmm.
And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do in the morning. I guess I can just go like, I don't know, adventure around. And he's like, well, you can come to class if you want.
What?
No one will care. And so I was like, okay,
Oh
I'll
my
come and
God,
just like
really?
hang at your high school. So I went and like met his class. They thought it was like super cool because they were like all in the film. They thought it was cool that I went to Chapman.
Oh,
Because
that's
Chapman's like a
awesome.
top film school.
Yeah.
Um, it was kind of weird though, because when we were going there, I was like, okay, like how does this work? Do I need to do like go get a visitor pass from the office? And he's like, nah, don't worry about it. They won't care. And I was like, okay.
What?
So we just kind of like walked into the class,
Oh
and
man,
I spent a lot of the class just like talking to the sub. Very interesting woman.
strange.
um, yeah, my friend is super good at teaching. He's really connecting with students.
That's
So
good.
shout out to him.
Helps if you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it definitely helps that he's like passionate about film himself.
Yes.
I think it's so cool that because I guess the school just like called him because they remembered him just like being like a super cool like student.
That's
He
awesome.
said it was like a super weird call that he got from the school, like asking him to sub.
That's so
But
cool though.
he took it for the money because they paid him pretty well, and he was only there for like a couple hours.
Hmm.
I think they paid him like a day rate or something, but he wasn't there for that long.
That's awesome. See, now high school's where it's at. Elementary school's terrifying.
Yeah, he was teaching like juniors and seniors that are like super interested in film, so they're like actually like care about
Yeah,
the
so
class
that's
too.
perfect, and they'll listen to
So,
you.
yeah,
Oh my goodness, probably helps that he probably doesn't look like a high schooler himself.
no, he does. He fully does.
Does he
But
really? Okay,
yeah,
good. Good for him. That's
yeah.
awesome. I can't pull it off. Not with elementary schoolers.
But yeah, so that's what I did that day at least, and then we just hung out the rest of the day. It was a pretty fun experience because
Here, grab some seeds and we'll head over to the.
he's the closest oh yeah, I've been just kind of jumping around. Um, he's the closest person that I know at Chapman, that a connection I've made at Chapman.
Hmm.
So it was cool getting to know him better. We spent like a couple days constantly with each other. We never left.
That's how you get to know someone.
So, yeah. And we
Not as good
did
as
a couple
sticking
things.
him on a sloop for a year.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother experience right there.
Hmm. Then I met a bunch of his friends that are like also like from the film production class that he was at the high school. They're
Are
like
they
high
all
school
the
friends.
same age?
They're all kind of the same age because they were like all in his like film production high school class. It was like his friend group, but they don't all do film now. They like kind of like spread out, but they have like still like a base root passion of film. They
Nice.
just aren't pursuing it. So that was pretty cool. I met all of his people. We went bowling, got dinner. I smoked them all.
Of course you did.
In bowling.
Yeah, I was about to ask. I'm like, did you beat them?
Which is great. I haven't played in a long time, but I got a very, very good score. I'm proud
Nice.
of it. I think it was the best game I ever bowled. It was like
Dang.
160 or something.
Man, that's when to do
But
it. Show off.
yeah, I actually had my like bowling ball with me.
Oh, right, because
Because
you
I only
have
brought
one.
like
Forgot about that.
yeah, I only brought like a couple things in the car with me. I packed pretty light, but like Blake and I had talked about bowling randomly on a set we worked on. And
Hmm.
so I was like, there could be a chance we go bowling. I'm gonna put it in my car. And then when I got there, he was like, do you want to go like bowling or something? And I was like, fuck yes.
Perfect. Perfect.
I had it all ready. So yeah, we did that. And then Thursday, I left. He went back to his high school, but I didn't go that day. I went and got my oil changed to my car and a couple other things I had to do, something. And I went to class. And then that night I stayed at my other buddy Justin's house. He lives very close to Chapman. He had a spare futon for me to sleep on, which was absolutely horrible. It was
Oh
not
no.
comfy. But I appreciate anything that I could sleep on.
Man, you are living the life of an artist.
Yeah, borderline homeless for a week, but
Yes.
we made it. Um, yeah, and then Friday, I could finally move into my new house. My parents drove down with a U-Haul full of like everything I own.
Okay, nice. So it's like a proper move then.
Yeah, it was like a proper move because they took like my bed and everything. So that was the weird thing about like the Chapman Grand, which I stayed at before with my school. Is like it came like fully furnished and everything,
Weird.
like with a mattress and everything. So I didn't need anything. So I could just take what I had in my car. But yeah, this was a proper move. So I took like everything.
Hmm.
And my mom was like, "Yeah, chances are you're not coming back, so I'm just gonna turn your room into like a guest room."
Oh my
And I
god.
was like, I was like, okay, so I'm really taking like everything.
Oh my goodness. Like immediately. Wow.
Um, no, I still have a couple things in there, but she's like, as long as I can like fit like a bed and like have like a proper space for a guest room, I'll be happy. And I was like, okay. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong though, because like after I graduate, I'm just gonna move to LA,
Hmm.
and then
Here, you can get started
see,
on repairing your equipment.
right.
I have to guide you while you make your brain
I know, I'm like,
focus.
yeah,
Man, I
not good
I
at
get it though, because
multitasking.
it's hard to do anything when you're telling a story unless you're like doing something methodical.
Or something like really repetitive,
Hmm.
driving.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, so I spent all of Friday moving in. Uh, I love my housemates so far.
Good.
Very interesting people. Although I haven't had too much time to talk to them. But yeah, that's pretty much all I did last week and just moving in. I had a lot of boxes, quite the process.
Do you have a lot of stuff?
Um, I mean, not like probably less than you do.
I
But
have too much in collections, and that's basically what my
yeah,
stuff
I don't
is.
really have collections, but I do
Oh,
have a
be
lot of
happy about
film
that.
equipment,
Oh, never mind. That's where your money
which
goes.
takes up a lot of space. Yeah,
I was
we
about to
both
say, I'm
have
like,
our.
because without collections, you know, money, but
Oh
you
no, the
have to
money still
think.
goes somewhere. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Yeah. Can't really escape that.
um, yeah, I bought a couple new things. I went to an IKEA for the first time ever,
Dude,
which
IKEA is
was
amazing.
a really eye-awakening process. I thought it was just like a store at first,
That's what I
and then when I
thought
walked
too.
in, I like I didn't get that there was like a showroom and like a like store part of it.
Oh yeah.
As I walked in, and it was just like a path that you like follow around, and
Yeah.
it's just like a bunch of different rooms. And I was like, okay, but like where can I buy it? I knew what I wanted like going into it, so I like looked on their website.
Oh, so
So I
your
was just
plan
like
is
super
just go in and
confused.
buy it?
I was like,
Oh goodness.
what do I do? Like, do I like have to ask someone to like grab the item for me? Like, I'm pretty sure these are just display items. Like, I don't
Hmm.
know. And then I eventually found a map where I realized there was a whole nother floor which I didn't even know about. And I was like, dang, this place is nuts. And because then there's like they have like another like similar path that you go through, but this time with like a bunch of items. And then there's a whole separate like factory that's just like a Costco-sized
Yeah. The whole
warehouse.
warehouse. Yep.
It's like Jesus Christ, IKEA goes hard.
Yeah, they do. It's like an amusement park museum, just
It's nuts, and they have like food
bonanza.
in there too. I was like, I could
Exactly,
spend all
yeah.
day in here. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's literally like you can plan to go on a vacation there. Check out all the different things, dream
Yeah,
about different houses, and
I did not know what I was getting myself into.
they have PC
I
stuff there
ended up
too.
spending like 2 hours in there or something. I planned on like 10 minutes. Just I knew exactly what I wanted, but
Yeah. It reels you in. It's crazy.
yeah, it wasn't even like anything big too. It's just like a nightstand. But
Oh my
yeah, it
goodness.
was very.
IKEA is
eye-opening
so good
thing.
though because they also have
World of IKEA.
amazing return policies, which I have taken full advantage of.
Oh yeah?
Like you can return it in like 90 days, or not even 90. It could be like a year or
What?
something. It's huge. The return thing is huge. They barely ask any questions. You just return, they give you your money back, and you're allowed like,
Jesus.
I don't know, like 30 returns a year or something like that.
Yeah,
Essentially,
I
you
saw the return place when I was leaving. It was like a whole
Mhm.
separate like part of the store, and they had like a room for like each like office that you go into like talk to the people.
Mhm.
I was like, Jesus, they've got
Oh
this
yeah.
whole thing like set up so well.
Mhm. Like you can buy something and not even be worried about it because you can return it for almost any reason and you can do as many as you
Like even
want
after you like
because
fully
there's
like
no
build it and
way.
everything,
Yeah, that's nuts, right?
that is very nuts.
Like I returned my bed and bed frame, right? Because it was too small. So
Uh-huh.
I deconstructed the bed frame and the drawers, kind of. I sort of broke them apart as much as I could, kind of. And then like the full drawers were fully built, and then the bed frame I just took apart into like three, four separate pieces. And then took a truck over to IKEA. They were like, "Okay, we'll take it."
God, I fucking love IKEA now. I didn't know I was gonna like fall in
hmm
love with IKEA that day,
It's
but
amazing. Just keep your receipts. Always keep the
yeah,
receipts,
I
because
kept the
that's
receipt.
that's
I
the
love my
hardest
bedside
part.
table, so I'm not gonna return it, but
hmm Because that's
yeah.
the most difficult part of the process is like finding the receipt. So
I think I've exhausted these chickens. I can't find any more. Got lots of healing done though.
good. Now we got to figure out what else to do while we tell even more stories. We can't design anything, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely not.
Uh, we can collect a bunch of wood, I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll definitely need it. That's for sure.
yeah.
Let
So I think,
me empty my inventory here.
yeah, you should also grab your horse wherever the heck that went.
Oh God,
Oh wait, I think
I left it
no.
by the house last, so if you see it, let me know.
Yeah,
It's probably
I'll
wandered.
have a look around. But yeah, IKEA's amazing. Keep the receipts. Great return policies, and it's actually kind of fun building the
Yeah,
stuff.
I know. I had so much fun. I was like,
Yeah, because
man,
it's
it's
so
like building a Lego.
straightforward. Exactly. Yeah, it's so fun and it's
Yeah,
like
it came
brilliantly
with a
done
book.
too.
Yeah,
Like they have such cool solutions for like binding things together. It's
I
lovely.
know. The way everything comes together, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I know. Just try not to build too many of them at once because you'll get so exhausted. It's daunting sometimes when
I
you.
did feel kind of tired after doing it, which,
hmm
but it's not like a big thing. I don't know why I felt so tired, but
It's fun though. So I recommend
yeah,
doing like a couple at a time if you have to furnish a whole place. Just do it slowly. Don't burn yourself out. Because I had to build
a
so many
ton of fun.
things. I built a bed frame that we had to get rid of, which was like I spent so much time on that. I built a shelving unit for our towels and stuff. I built
Ooh.
our entertainment station, which basically is what the TV sits on top of, and
Mhm.
I put all of my like movies, video games, and PlayStation. Um, I built. I had to rebuild uh, my display cases because I deconstructed them to move because they're glass. Then I
Mhm.
had to build the shelving unit above the toilet, and then I had to build this little trolley thing inside the bathroom for like toiletries, and then I had to build. The heck else did I have to build? Another nightstand, and then oh right, and I bought this thing off of Amazon. It's a coat rack and shoe thing for the front door. Built that.
Oh, I see my horse.
Yeah, I couldn't find your horse. Where the heck was it?
It's by the horse training area.
What?
I
How'd it
don't
get
know
over
how it went
there?
all the way over there,
He's like, I like it over here.
but it is built for him, so
hmm So, yeah, just don't build too many things at once because it's so exhausting and you don't want to do it.
yeah.
Because it,
Yeah,
but
luckily I already had my bed, my desk, and my like chest of drawers from home.
yeah, that's great. And keep it
So
pretty simple. Don't expand like what I do.
I kind of want to expand, I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking about expanding.
Oh man, all right, then just prepare yourself for whenever you do have to
Because
move.
I have a good problem, which is that my room is huge.
Really?
It's like 12 feet by 12 feet. and
Nice.
my bed from home is a twin bed, so it's like tiny, and I have like all this room and space in my room, and like I don't know what to do with it, and it looks kind of weird just like leaving it blank, and it looks like unlived in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like God, I like oddly like want to get like a couch or something,
Interesting.
but like
I
yeah,
feel like you have your desk in there, right?
yeah,
That's pretty much all you need is a desk.
yeah.
See,
I've
what
got
I've
my bed and
found,
my desk, which are like right next to each other, and I've got like the whole rest of the room, and I don't know what to do.
put some shelves up. Maybe
Yeah,
have,
see, the problem with that is that it's like a rented home. So like anything I do, like I'm gonna just have to move out like when I graduate.
yeah. So don't install anything on the
So
walls.
like it's gonna have to come up from the ground. Which like shelves are actually a pretty good idea, but like what am I gonna put on it? I
Trinkets.
don't collect things like you do,
I
you
know.
know?
I'll make you a lightsaber one day so you can put that up for display.
Yeah, that'll definitely go on the wall.
Dude, it's gonna
It'll
be
be
so
framed.
cool because I've gotten so much better since like past year, and I just get better and better at it because I'm constantly
Yeah.
building these things.
Yeah, I mean the ones you showed me when we worked at Regal were already beyond my belief, so
Oh yeah, just wait because I can make great things and they'll be super well constructed. Ah, I'm excited.
oh man, I can't wait. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like a couch would be nice. Because, like, I don't really like just, like, sitting on my bed when I'm just chilling.
Get a like a lazy boy chair.
Lazy boy?
Yes, those are
That
like
could be very nice.
because I've always
Are
wanted
those
a chair
expensive?
like that. Yes, just get like a nice chair. Get a nice chair. That's the dream. Because I spend pretty much the majority of my life sitting in this chair that I'm on, like my desk and my workbench. That's my life right there. That's where I go to relax. And I find chairs are just so much better than couches. And if you get like
Hmm,
a
interesting.
proper comfortable chair,
I
it's
don't think
just
I've
like
been in the right chairs then, because I always like couches.
go chair
So,
shopping, man.
yeah, maybe I'll just go to Lazy Boy and just sit in everything.
Because then you don't even need a couch. You can just like if you get a recliner one too,
Hmm,
it's like
yeah.
oh. And they make some with like coolers and stuff too.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they make
A
couches with
cooler?
coolers too, and cup holders,
What?
footrest, so you can like, yeah, it's a whole world. I'm so excited to make some like money and be in like a real place that I can get myself
Yeah.
a a chair. But yeah,
Yeah, when we have enough money to like have a home with like a
oh,
living room that
I
we get to fill.
oh, that's gonna be so exciting, dude. My house is gonna be full of just. It has to have a whole hallway and room dedicated to just displays, and then it needs because
Mhm.
it's just gonna grow. But then like I can't wait to decorate with good furniture. It's gonna be nice to live in a place that I know isn't gonna go anywhere.
Oh yeah, that's so nice.
Because that's just such like a comforting feeling.
And not only that, but like if you get a house and you're working on like paying it off instead of the money just disappearing,
Yeah,
then like it's
exactly.
gradually like becoming yours and then you get to
hmm
like sell it at the end too.
Yeah, that's just great. You just have to. The only thing you have to be afraid of is if you buy it in the wrong spot, and if it
Yeah.
deteriorates in value or depreciates, is what the word
But
is.
you'll still get something back, which is
Yeah.
something you cannot say for
hmm
other situations.
Those are my favorite purchases. Is ones that are basically investments or it holds a lot of value that you can
Definitely.
get back. That's why I really hate doing things that don't have that kind of payback. Like, I hate paying for an apartment because it's essentially just like money disappearing all the time
Yeah, God,
for no
rent
reason.
sucks.
hmm And then, like, I like lightsabers because I can sell them.
Mhm.
Literally have sold them. uh,
Yeah, and then like I have like my desk chair, but like if I'm not like using the desk, it feels weird to use the chair. So like
yeah,
I feel like I need another sitting device in my room
Yes.
when I'm not on my bed or using my desk.
I mean, you could totally
I
get a
don't know.
couch. You'll need one eventually, especially when you have your own
Yeah,
like
the-
area where you need to have a TV and stuff.
that's what I was thinking. But like, either way, right now I wouldn't be getting like something nice. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I got lucky. My couch was my brother's initially. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was what my mom bought to put in my brother's room when he moved out. Just a couch. It's a pretty cheap couch. I think it was from Amazon or something. But I didn't have to pay for a couch, which is nice, but also not nice because it's not great to sit on.
Yeah.
It's just sort of a thing that exists. But that's a fun thing that you can do is just go couch shopping, chair shopping.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that this weekend.
Honestly, it's kind of fun just going around sitting in random things,
It'll
imagining like,
probably make me
hmm.
sad because I won't be able to buy them, but
Oh, yeah, that's true.
and I like want a couch, so like
Oh man, I get that.
I don't know. Like if I were to get one, I think it would just be like in the price range in between like $100 and $200,
Yep,
which
that seems about right.
can get you like your basic like Target and Walmart like futons,
Hmm. Check
which
Amazon.
I think
There's a lot of
I may do.
discounts, like low
Yeah,
rate
I
stuff
might.
that gets you good stuff.
I also have yet to check IKEA, which might be
Yes,
a good
IKEA is
option as
also a
well.
great place. I love it, and they have an even better return policy than Amazon.
Yeah, which shouldn't be possible because Amazon is insane,
Oh
but
yeah, no, IKEA is like a wonderland.
jeez.
It's like a Disneyland for furniture.
And everything there's like so cheap and like surprisingly like nice.
Yeah,
It
and they
doesn't
have
make any
themes
sense.
too. Like you can buy a whole
Yeah.
set and just decorate your apartment or your room or something with the appropriate colors that match each other.
Hmm. The only thing I don't like is like how many people have like the same thing that you have.
Yes. Yes, I
But
agree.
that's something for when you have a lot of money.
Yeah, that
You can
that's a
fix that.
rich person issue. Okay, yeah, no, we can't cut these down fast enough.
Yeah. Well, I'm also not planting anything.
I'm planting stuff, but none of my
Oh,
planted stuff has grown yet. It's just all the the other
yeah.
things.
Yeah, with two people you can get through it.
Hmm.
But yeah, I told you I'm gonna learn the guitar, right?
No, no, you didn't.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm gonna learn to play the guitar because like all of my housemates like play instruments.
Nice, they can help you out with that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like a super good environment to like learn it in, and I've
Oh,
always wanted to learn
totally.
guitar.
Which one? Are you gonna do electric, acoustic?
I have not done that research yet. I feel like all like I don't know. I feel like I was in Guitar Center not too long ago,
Hmm.
and all of them seem to be like sort of like electric, but
Oh yeah,
like
there's
have
a lot.
like an acoustic mode or something. I don't
Y-
understand how it works,
Yeah,
but
there's electric guitars, there's acoustic electric.
yeah.
Basically, acoustic doesn't need an amp. Electric tends to need an amp in order to like have the sound come out.
Mhm.
And then like you can have acoustic electric that can be acoustic, and then you can plug it in to be an amp to like have an amplifier as well.
I can't remember. Do you play guitar?
Yes, I play acoustic guitar. I don't like
Oh,
play it.
okay.
I find songs every few months that I like, and then I'm like, I should learn that, and then I learn it. So I only know like a few songs, but I could learn if I wanted to spend more time. But I have a really nice guitar now because it was a graduation gift, and I can play some really nice songs that are kind of complicated, but also like I don't know more than that. I can't create songs really. Don't really know chords very much,
Mhm.
or
Yeah,
what the notes are. That's all confusing, but it's fun
yeah.
nonetheless, and I'll learn it as time goes on.
Hmm.
It's fun to have. I say
Yeah, I'm
acoustic
gonna get
is my
that
thing
soon.
for sure. Electric is also really cool. It's a bit easier to play because you don't have to press hard on the strings in order to make the sound proper.
Oh yeah.
Because lighter strings and easier pressing, and it doesn't take much to register the sound. and that's a really good way to learn, I think. But also, like,
Yeah.
if you learn acoustic, you can basically play electric as well, because they're different
But
styles
if you
too.
learn electric, you cannot necessarily play acoustic because you may not know the pressure or something.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be too difficult. They're very easily translatable, I imagine. It's just you learn different techniques on each one, and styles and whatnot. But yeah, it's
So
a
yeah,
fun
I
thing to get into.
want a guitar. I want a sitting device, and I want to learn my guitar in that sitting device.
Yes,
I know what I want. I just need to figure out how I'm gonna do
that
it.
sitting device cannot have arms then,
It's
because
a very good thing to consider when looking at lazy boys.
hmm armrests are great though. So you may want to. Couches might be the way to go on that one. You can sit on the corner.
Yeah, because then I could go to the middle and have free arms.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great thing to learn. And you can be better than me in no time. You can just like practice it. I rarely practice it, and I don't actively like try and learn new things. I should, but I don't have the time or motivation sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you are very busy.
Unfortunately, it sucks because
I am also usually pretty busy, but right now it's kind of like an off season for me because it's the
Mhm.
summer.
It's a great thing to
So
have just for you to play on your downtime or like if you happen not to have anything to do.
yeah,
Plus, it just feels awesome because it's like relaxing. There's something about playing guitar, or just I guess any instrument, but guitar is my
that's what I've
favorite
heard,
one.
and
Makes
I
you
want
feel
to get
better.
into it.
Mhm. Highly recommend.
Yeah, that's what I still need for my. Oh, I still need stuff for the walls. My walls are just blank right now. I have no
Posters.
idea what I'm gonna put there.
Posters.
Yeah, posters, but like, what posters? You know, like there's so many.
You didn't get any of the posters from Regal, did you?
I did. I don't know. I brought them with me actually.
Put them
I
up.
have like 6 or 8 of them or something. I don't know what I have.
They're huge, so that'll take up a lot of wall space.
It will.
I have like 20 or something. It's bad. And I have a new
Like I
one,
kind of
Top
want.
Gun.
Oh yeah.
Because I
um.
wanted one, because before the lockdown, Top Gun was supposed to come out, right? And
Yeah.
I had it written down. I'm like, this is my poster. I want a Top Gun poster.
Oh yeah, you claimed it.
But and that was the only one I ever wrote down to like claim a poster.
I
'Cause
never claimed. I
yes, so you
kind of
kind of
regret
understand
it.
where I was at, where I'm like, I don't really feel like claiming a poster,
Yeah.
but I'm like, I want that Top Gun poster. So I got one from from Gabby's Regal, and I'm like, yes, and it's awesome, and the movie is phenomenal.
So I've heard.
Dude, you gotta
Everyone I
watch it.
talk to say it's amazing.
It's probably one of the most movies I have seen in a long time. It's just like a theater experience that is pure cinema.
Yeah,
And it's
and
like one of the coolest and most awesome action movies in a while.
and everyone I talk to talks about like how they made it,
Oh,
which
100%.
apparently is insane because like except for like the like fight stuff, apparently all of the plane stuff is like practically shot,
Yeah.
which is absolutely insane. Tom
hmm
Cruise is a legend for
And he
that.
he taught the actors how to fly, put them through flight school because they had to
Yeah.
operate the cameras in their cockpits because there wasn't enough space for for
Yeah.
like a sound engineer, a camera operator, etc.
hmm The exteriors, what they did is they used a camera called the Sony Venice, which you can like detach the sensor from the camera body. So you have like the sensor inside the plane,
Oh
and
yeah, I
then
saw that.
or, and then there's just like the little sensor just strapped to the front. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah. It's so cool though. Like, oh my God. You gotta watch it
Oh
because it's
yeah, I gotta see it.
it's a
Everyone
ride.
says it's so good.
And you have to watch it in theaters too, because if you miss out on it in theaters, you are missing out on like a once in a lifetime experience. Like you can't
Yeah.
watch it the
Okay.
same at home at all.
Okay.
It's not the same
I will
movie.
have to check it out.
And if you can, if it's still in IMAX, which I imagine it is, go see it
Oh.
in IMAX.
Probably not. The new Jurassic World just came out.
Top Gun's gonna be better than that.
Yeah, but like it'll take IMAX priority at least
Well,
now.
hop on it soon. See if you can find it in theaters.
Hmm. God, yeah. I know I've been considering it, but like every time I like think about it, I'm like, I don't want to pay for a movie.
Oh, I know.
Like I've been so spoiled the past couple of years.
Hey, if we meet up
The past
anytime
like 4
soon, I
years.
still have AMC tickets.
Oh yeah.
I have like 6 of them free because I have the electronic ones, and then I have 2 more like
Yeah.
non-electronic ones. I really gamed the system there.
You did. I remember you telling me about that.
So yeah, I have tickets to spare, so we can go see one
Okay.
as long as I have free
I'm
time.
definitely free and down.
I will try and find free time, because surprisingly, this is a great segue into my my telling of past 2 weeks, or 1 week, I guess. I have been getting a lot of work this month, like as
Really?
background, because getting on that face-to-face thing has really boosted my amount of jobs.
Nice.
So I got here. I'll look at my calendar real quick. But last week I was pretty much busy all week. Wasn't on
That's
set
great.
5 days. It was 3 days, I think. But I'll tell you my calendar for last week, and then next week, and then the week before. So June 1st and 2nd, nothing. And then Friday the 3rd, I had a COVID test. Sunday, I had a COVID test for a different production. And then Monday, I had a COVID test for a different production, and then filming for my first production. And then I had a fitting on Tuesday, and then I had a filming day on Wednesday, and then I had another COVID test on Friday for a different production, and then I have filming on Monday for the Friday COVID test, and then I have Tuesday COVID test, and then I have Wednesday and Thursday filming.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
a lot. I was on this thing called Emerald. That was the code name for it. It's essentially I didn't have any, there's no NDBs. No, not NDB. That's non-deductible breakfast. Never mind. NDA.
NDA.
No NDAs. Getting my terminology mixed up here. Oh my god, we are actually catching up.
Yeah, I think.
So,
Yeah.
no NDAs here. So I was on a production for one day that was Emerald, the code name. It's a Netflix like limited series. 6 episodes is what it's going to be. It's like a drug cartel thing that stars one of the actors from Modern Family. I never
Oh.
watched the show, but my mom watched it,
Yeah, I used to watch that with my family.
so I know of it. It's the Spanish lady.
Oh yeah.
Her name is Sophia.
Oh god, what's her name? Yeah, Sophia for
Exactly, yeah.
something.
So she's the star of it. I didn't get to see her, but I know she's the star because I ran into her stand-in slash photo double, and she was telling me that she was on this project since January filming. I'm like, I want to be on a long-term project like that. Do you know how much money that is?
Yeah, that's
And you
so
get
much money.
you get to actually be part of the family, and they know you, and oh my god, that would be so nice. We actually got all of the trees.
Wow.
Wow, I've been proven wrong in one session. Not bad.
Well, I still believe that one person could not match it. To be fair, it took us a while. We've been over here for a while.
Oh yeah. Should we cut down the oak too? I don't want to because we have no good method to replant
I
them.
think we still have a lot of oak.
I hope so. Gonna put
Yeah.
some saplings in here and take the wood back home.
I think we're good to go back home.
Oh, there's a tree. I'm gonna ignore it. Doesn't exist.
I'm gonna get it.
So basically, I was on Emerald for one day as a photo double. Again, crazy. I'm getting like photo double work pretty consistently, which is awesome. It's for a Spanish guy, so I can pull off Asian, I can pull off Spanish. because they don't really see my face too much. They just see my hair and I guess my profile or whatever. So I can pull off whatever. Pretty good. And then they didn't use me for like the first 9 hours of being there. Pretty sure.
What?
Yeah, it happens sometimes. There was one day, like a month or two ago, where they called me in. They didn't use me at all. Like, they called me in with a car, and they didn't use any of us, and we were there for 8 hours straight.
Jeez.
And
That sounds very boring.
yeah, and then there was one day where I was the photo double for Mighty Ducks, right? And that last day, they didn't use me at all, and we were there for like 10 hours. And then,
Oh god.
luckily, I used that time to catch up on all my messages I need to. Like right now, I have 50 messages on Instagram I need to respond to. It sucks. It's just so
Yeah,
much
'cause
work
you're
all the time.
low-key a business
Mm-hmm. I
like,
just
owner as well here.
I need someone to like respond to these things for me. It's rough. I have no time for this stuff. Ugh. But luckily, I do have the copy paste like message that I can do for basically everybody.
Yeah, I mean, by now you probably have it like so dialed in, like you know exactly what to say.
Mhm. The only things that take forever is when they're like, "Oh, how much would this build be?" And I have to look up the
Oh yeah.
amount. But there's some that I know off the top of my head, and I can just give them a rough estimate. And most of the time they say no or whatever, or it never pans out. So it's not too
So you
bad.
need like a website.
Yeah, but I don't want to take it that seriously, because my goal is to be stunts and acting. I don't want to spread out my time too much. That's what's already really bad is I can't train. I've had no
Oh
time
yeah.
for it. No
Jeez.
time for it, no ability to do that. So basically, I'm not training, which is bad. So I'm trying
Oh
to
my
figure
god, the
out a
trees are
good.
growing faster than we can do it now.
Oh man, I'm trying to figure out a good method or a good, because I have to sacrifice some stuff. So I'm thinking I may need to stop commissions, at least for a while, and just whenever I need money, I can buy parts and sell the lightsaber I build. But that requires me to spend my own money for the parts, which is a bit of a money thing. Which is why commissions are great, because they pay for the parts and I build it, and then I basically just profit.
Yep.
Like immediately almost. I never have a loss.
That is
Versus,
very good.
yes. So I'm considering stopping commissions for a while, which sucks, but also like I really need to focus. It'll be a lot
Yeah.
easier when I move though, because I'll have my car like with me instead of 20 minutes away.
That
So I can
will
travel
save you so much time.
and then I'll be closer to where I need to get to as well. So instead of driving like 30 minutes to wherever the heck I need to go, wherever my training is,
Very,
it's just like
very
10
lovely.
minutes. So that saves me literally an hour of travel. Not just an hour, it's like 2 hours because it's there and back. Yeah. And then I'm hoping as I do more of these commissions, I'll get faster and faster at installing them. So I can just bang them out really quickly and they won't be too much of an issue. I just need to be on top of it all the time. But anyways, I'll continue with my stories. I did the COVID test on Friday, and then the COVID test for Emerald was on Friday, and then COVID test for this show called, I think it's a show, Miss American Pie Della Corte. No idea what the heck that is, but it takes place in like 69. Emerald also took
Okay.
place in like the 60s, I think.
Interesting.
So I had like old attire. But this Della Corte thing is a 2-day work, and that happens next week. But they took the COVID test last Sunday so that I could do the fitting on Tuesday. So it was Friday COVID test for Emerald, and then Sunday COVID test for Della Corte, and then maybe it's Della Corte, I don't know. And then I worked Emerald on Monday, and then I did the fitting for Della Corte on Tuesday.
You're crazy.
That took me about 20 minutes, not including travel, but 20 minutes actually there. I was at this really cool warehouse thing. It was like a whole facility with costumes. And I'm like,
Ooh.
this is a whole, like, this must be where they store the things, because I only ever see the costumes in the trucks on like the site. And I've never seen where they come from. So I'm like, wow, they have whole facilities for these things. It's crazy. But anyways,
Wow.
they brought me in. They brought me in this maze, essentially. And then I had to get changed.
Oh my god, we gotta leave. These trees keep growing.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna repair this tree. There you go. Let's leave.
My inventory is like pretty much full.
Same. But basically, I was there and they had me get changed, and I'm supposed to be a swimmer, so I could potentially be swimming on the day. They don't know, but I'm gonna be by a pool probably. So
Do you have to look like a professional swimmer or something?
no, I think it's just like a visitor. They never told me it was
Okay,
professional or anything.
that's
And
good. I was gonna say you could have fun unless you have to like actually have, like the
oh
perfect
yeah,
technique or something else.
yeah, swimming for an entire day is gonna, because you have
Yeah,
to do it
that's pretty
over and
rough.
over again. Oh, you have to be literally to film action scenes or any kind of activity scene in a movie. You have to be at a very high level of fitness. Like professional level, so that you look fresh for each take.
That's wow. Yeah.
It doesn't look like you've been swimming for 20 hours or for 10 hours, whatever it is. So, they had me change, and it's like 60s wear, which is very, very different than nowadays. Because the first thing they had me wear were swim trunks. What were those swim trunks? Really tight and really short.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It was literally as big as my underwear. Like that's how long it was. So not very long and pretty tight. And they're like, just wear that, no shoes, no shirt. I'm like,
Nice.
this is awful. This is so awkward. Like I hate this, but I had to
Were there at
suck it
least
up.
like a lot of people like that?
No, because they had
Or was
like
it just you?
individual appointments for the
Oh
fittings. So
jeez.
there were like
Oof.
there was maybe one other person there, and it was a female, but we didn't really look at each other because I think it's kind of a
Yeah.
agreed upon thing. Don't look at each
Yeah.
other during these
It's like
things.
an unwritten rule.
Yes, and then there were two like workers that were female, like older, I guess, maybe 30s. One of them was older. And then there's this very gay dude who was in charge of me. So it felt uncomfortable, but I have
Uh-huh.
to suck it up because I'm gonna have to deal with lots of fittings. So that was my first outfit.
I mean, yeah, at least you're like in good shape, I would say.
Yeah, I mean,
You
I'm
probably don't agree, but
on that day, I actually was not, for some reason, I looked okay. I wasn't too disappointed because I think it was the lighting that they had there. It was just very well lit. And I'm like,
oh,
thank God I don't look awful
okay.
because I haven't exercised literally months. No exercise, maybe bare bones
Well,
minimum stuff, not
if you
like
look
proper
anything like you
workouts.
did uh last year.
I say take that, but minus 10 pounds because I am 10 pounds lighter than I was back then. But I still maintain a little bit of muscle, so I'm a lot leaner, but I also lost a bunch of muscle, so like, I don't know, it's still much better than it was like 2 years ago or something, or 3 years ago, but not where I was at. So I have no idea what I looked like when I when I was back then, because I didn't really look at myself too much.
I don't know. I just remember like coming back from COVID and you like pulled up on your motorcycle at Regal and you were like changing and you were like fucking shredded.
Yeah, well,
And Brandon and I were like, holy fuck, like this guy got ripped.
I had, I didn't feel that ripped,
I don't
because
know, maybe we just like weren't expecting, maybe you weren't, didn't look like that. I can't remember how
I
much
mean,
muscle you had before COVID,
looking
but
back at the very few pictures I had of myself back then, I look back at it now and I'm like, man, what am I now? Like, I looked good back then. And I felt good too because like as a skinny person, you don't know that life sucks as a skinny person until you actually have a little bit of body fat on you.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, I hate to inform you that life is better.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you won't actually know what it feels
Maybe.
like until you add some like extra fat to you. Basically, you can sleep
Yeah.
really well. Like you c- like I thought sleeping was fine, but no, you sleep so well when you have more body fat on
Hmm.
you. You feel better, you can think better, and like
Man.
it's like what the heck? This is not fair. Like ugh. And it takes so much work to even get some body fat as a skinny person.
You know, I do notice sometimes I'm just like laying in bed and I'm like, my bones are uncomfy.
Yeah,
How do I fix
sitting
this?
down sucks, doesn't it?
Like now
Because
that I really think about it, like,
yeah, like if you get a little bit of weight on you, a little bit of muscle too, or like just any kind of cushion, when you sit down, you don't feel the bones in your legs or like your butt, which is something that happens when you're skinny. But then you gain a little bit of mass and it's like you're sitting on a seat cushion all the time.
interesting.
Oh, it's just so much
Well,
better.
at least I don't know what that's like because
Yeah,
sitting is
exactly.
just sitting for me. I
Hmm.
don't know.
You haven't experienced what it's like to have a little bit of like cushion to you. Oh, and now I've lost that, so now sitting hurts again. And because like sitting down on like let's just say you're on a wooden chair, that you kind of have to adjust so that you're not sitting directly on bones. So at least that's the way it is for me. Because but
I don't know. I never really put too much thought into it. Maybe I do it like subconsciously or something. I don't know.
probably, I mean, I never took notice of it until I like actively had n- didn't have to think about it, and I'm like, wait a second,
Maybe I just
something's
think
different.
that's how you sit down. Like that's just the process of sitting down. I don't know.
I think it's the same way with oh, I have your lead. Wait, why do you have
Nice,
my
please.
horse?
I don't know. You took my horse at the house, so I was like,
Ah,
okay,
shoot,
I'll take
sorry.
your horse.
You
You
know,
good?
whenever we breed horses, we need two
I didn't
completely
mind. I had a
different
faster
colored
horse.
horses. That's true. Yeah, this is
That
what
could
happens
also
when we
jump
tell
higher.
stories. Is brains not functioning properly.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm not in the
So
worst
I
shape
guess
right now, but also
if we
not nearly.
quickly decide like how deep we want the stalls to be, we can start mining and
Good
continue
idea.
stories.
Very good idea.
I guess we could just start with if we just make it like a cube. That's like what in 4 blocks or something.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to branch out. I mean, it would interfere with anything else. What we could do is figure out the middle first. And
Well, the middle one's gonna be different, isn't it?
yeah. Oh, you know what? All we really have to decide is how deep it goes.
Yeah, yeah. We just need how deep.
Okay. And then we don't even have to worry about the walls either. We can just cut
Yeah,
directly into it the entire way. I say let's do how wide is this? One, two, three, four.
I was just gonna go like
Let's
see
do
how
five.
E4 looks. Five.
Okay,
Okay.
maybe yeah,
No,
five.
I think five.
Five. Yeah. We'll start here too. Do we want this one to be a stall as well, or just a wall? Because it might be nice to have a wall to transfer
Yeah,
into it.
yeah. Maybe right here it'll be like a room for like storage or something. I don't know.
Storage. Good idea. Yep. I'm going to grab some wood so that we can craft some.
Did you
Uh,
grab some torches?
sure, I'll do that. I'm sure we have some coal here, right? Did
Yeah,
we use
I
it all?
think 5 blocks is a good place to start.
Oh, we have some coal. Cool. And then I'll grab some spruce logs and crafting the table.
But then if we make it 5, we'll also need to like have walls and like a backing. So should we just dig 6?
No, I think it's fine because
Okay, we'll just start here and we'll worry
yeah,
about the design later.
yeah, we'll worry about the walls afterwards.
Okay.
Here is gonna be where the crafting table is gonna be for now,
Okay. Sounds
and
good.
I'm gonna put a chest as well. There we go. chests. One, two. Oh no.
I hate when that happens.
There we go. Okay. So we should be good now.
Nice.
You know what? For good measure, I'm gonna make another set of chests.
Do we have a bunch of wood already over here?
We have some. Yeah, I grabbed some.
Okay.
I only have like a stack and a half of logs. Don't think we should need any, but I'll put like half a stack in the bottom chest.
Said you had coal on you?
Oh yeah, here, let me make a bunch of torches.
Let's put one in each stall so we don't get mobs. Awesome.
I used all our coal for the torches because I don't see what else we'd need it for.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Um,
Probably get some more from excavating
I
this
think we
anyway.
can break down these walls too, like in between, just not the back one.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, because these walls will definitely be different. Like, no chance they're not, so.
And we'll know exactly where we need to put the walls too, because we have the pillars. But anyways, yeah, I had to do the changing thing. I am lacking in weight now, so I'm back to my skinny self, so sitting down hurts, and I'm constantly hungry, essentially.
Rough.
Yeah, it's not a life I wish to go back to, but hey. One day I'll get back to it, plus muscle memory is great. I can't really afford to buy as much food as I used to be eating. So much food. Anyways, fitting. I had that first outfit, which was so embarrassing, but they also took pictures too. So they had to take a few photos of each of my outfits and then send it to like the director or something. So I'm like, great, lovely. And they had me pose too, like do proper poses. They're like, look off into the distance,
Damn.
put your hand in your pocket. And I'm like,
Oh, that's
Jesus.
so scary.
Yeah. I just kind of went in this like faking confidence and not caringness because I'm like, it doesn't do me any good if I'm awkward or like embarrassed. So I'm just gonna be professional because this is our
Yeah,
jobs.
it's
We're
kind
being
of hard
paid
though,
for
because
this.
at least for me, like the more I think about doing that, like the more it's like distracting.
Yeah. Well, I think I've cultivated that skill over the years because I've had to do so many
Oh,
different
nice.
like sports and martial arts in different states and different places that I'm constantly in a very uncomfortable situation where I know nobody doing things that I'm not comfortable with. I know I look awful and embarrassing, but I just have to suck it up. So I've gotten a little bit more used to it. There's certain instances that I'll tell you about actually now, because
I
on
guess that's a
Emerald,
really good skill to hone for like acting. Like as
oh,
soon as you
100%,
get more
yeah.
into acting.
There's only a few things that really get me, like on Emerald, which was Monday before the fitting, there was a stunt coordinator there. So I'm getting it down where I hunt them down. I find the call sheet, which is a lot easier to do as a stand-in slash photo double because you're around those supplies. So you just grab a call sheet or like the sides for the day, and it tells you who's there. And then I'm like, okay, stunt coordinator, there. Her name, Shauna Duggins. Gotta find this person. Then I look her up on like Google and IMDb. Look for photos to see if I can like memorize her face, try and pick her out in a crowd. And it turned out that there were also like 7 different stunt performers there for car stunts. They're driving trucks or something. And I looked at the sides, which is, I think you know, they're like the script thing for the day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And basically the scenes were like a shootout on a road or something. There were going to be bullets that hit cars, etc. So I
Damn.
imagine there's going to be swerving too. They were filming like 3 locations at once. It was a nightmare. No one knew where anything was or where people needed to be at one time. So that was a mess. But anyways, I found Shauna Duggins. I talked to her and I was incredibly awkward. Like that was the most awkward hustle I've done so
Oh
far.
god.
Oh, that sucked. I came up to her and I'm like, "Hello, are you Shauna Duggins?" I think I said, "Would you happen to be Shauna Duggins?" And she looked at me. She's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, hi. And I'm like, shoot, what's next?
Oh God, yeah.
And I'm like, I'm an aspiring stunt performer, and I was hoping if it would be okay to get your information so I could send you my stuff. And I'm like, and she was like, yeah, absolutely. Could you talk to me after the day is done? Because now looking at it, she was so busy. Like, she had so much to do probably that day because she had to manage all of those people doing these stunts that aren't like an easy day stunt.
Yeah, that sounds pretty intense.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I had dealt with so far is just coordinators being on an easy day stunt. But and they were all dudes too. I'd never like talked to a female stunt performer either. So I was like, I don't know, it
They're
felt
pretty
different.
common. I
Uh,
feel like you'd be like a dude, kind of a.
I feel like it's pretty even from what I've seen
Oh,
so
nice.
far at least, because I've looked up stunt coordinators and there's like female stunt coordinators all the time. I think there's definitely more male coordinators and male stunt performers, but I think on the coordinator side at least there's a lot more females because I think it's necessary because, you know, the industry requires females as well to do stunts because it's just
Yeah,
part of the thing. And then the females that,
it does make a lot of sense.
yeah, and then females get just as much work and they get as much experience as well, so they just naturally become coordinators too. So like I think it works out that way. I don't exactly know if that's how it exactly works, but that's just my guess. But yeah, I just hadn't run into any like female stunt coordinators yet, but I had emailed a couple that I found. But basically, talked to her. It was awkward. Then she even asked my name, and I'm like, shoot, I forgot to introduce myself. Damn it. That's like
Ah,
so
jeez.
basic. Like that's what got me. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, I can't believe I
the
forgot
first
to
thing you should
introduce
do.
myself.
But I totally understand in the
Oh,
moment. It's
yeah.
like, yeah,
I forgot to introduce myself, but luckily she asked my name. I'm like, I'm Avery Castillo, and yeah, I never managed to find her at the end of the day because again, 3 different filming locations, and she wasn't where I was. I guess I could have done what Elon probably would have done and just stick around for hours afterwards trying to hunt them down, like by their cars, by where everyone parks. But
yeah.
I'm not that
It's
bold.
so intense.
I'm not that bold yet. Maybe one day I'll get there, but I at least talked to her, and I found her email on iStunt, and I emailed her. Hopefully she sees it. I've discovered that I probably should title the subject line differently, because at the moment I'm just saying Avery Castillo, LA local stunt performer, which is very, very easily like passed up.
Yeah, it's not something that like makes you look at it.
Yeah, especially with people I've met, I can literally just say, it was nice to meet you on blah blah blah.
Yeah, and then they'll be like, "Oh, it's an actual like message to me, not just like an advertisement."
Yeah, I was talking to my mom this afternoon, and she gave me that line. I'm like, damn it, that's a good line.
That is a really good line, yeah.
So, oh well, I haven't emailed too many, maybe like 7, but in a couple months, if I have any like an updated reel, I can very easily like change up the title so that they can see it. But anyways, that's just a learning process. Um, I emailed her anyways, so that's good. And then Tuesday was the fitting. I had like multiple different outfits. The first one, awkward. Second one, not much better because they gave me like a, you know, like the really thin, like Hawaii type shirts,
Yeah, yeah.
the
I love
button
those.
ups. I love them too, but I love them with a shirt underneath or buttoned
Yeah,
up.
it's really good with the shirt.
But
Yeah.
they're like, here, put this on. Don't button it up. I'm like, okay. So I had no shoes, no socks, wearing this like underwear essentially, and this Hawaii shirt, unbuttoned. I'm like, God, this is awful. Then they gave me a thicker jacket, but still unbuttoned, and no shirt. And then they finally let me change out of the things to like actual shorts and an actual shirt. I'm like, thank God. And then there was like 2 or 3 more outfits after that, and still more photos. After all
Yeah.
this, I'm gonna be good enough to be like an amateur model.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So who knows? Maybe that's something I can cultivate as well
You're
as a
learning the
skill.
poses, the confidence.
Exactly. I'm gonna learn how to not look awkward in photos
Oh my God,
now.
it's water.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
wait, is this where the water
wait a
kid
second.
is?
I think this is a different water cave.
Oh, it's just a random pocket, it seems.
Weird. Don't close me in. I made it. Yeah, so that was that. 20 minutes, and I got $45 from it, which is great. And what's lovely about the COVID test too is it's $84 after taxes.
Man, I want to take some COVID tests
Yeah, it's amazing.
for money.
Yeah, I absolutely love it, and I kind of don't want them to get rid of it for a long time because it's how I'm able to afford living at the moment. But I am getting more work, which is great. But also, like, oh, those COVID test pays are beautiful. I can't wait to get a COVID test pay for a stunt because that's literally like $250 just for a COVID test. But, anyways, um, then Wednesday comes along and I have another work day. Oh, wait, on Tuesday, no, on Monday, not only did I have to go to film Emerald, I had to take a COVID test. But I wasn't sure how long my filming would take, right? So I had to figure out when the heck to take the COVID test, and my call time was at 6:45 in the morning. Luckily, the COVID test facility was uh, open at 5 a.m. So I went there, took my COVID test at 5:30, and got to my filming location at 6:45. So, because it was down in Long Beach that I had to drive. That was interesting. So basically, that's how it went.
I was in Long Beach the other day.
Really? Wait, what day?
Uh, Wednesday and Thursday.
Oh, okay. So I was there Monday. How many blocks do we go in? 1, 2, 3, and this is 4. So yeah.
I will get into why I was in Long Beach later.
Ooh, okay. I should be almost done with the week. So then Wednesday comes along, and then I have work, and that is also down south a little bit. Took me about 35 minutes to get there. And then that one, I was playing a pedestrian and a stagehand. I had no idea what the heck a stagehand was. Why is there lapis up here? Don't feel like deep enough for
Lapis.
that. Guess they changed it. But anyways, um, I was playing a pedestrian and stagehand, and what was strange is they called me. Normally I get my call details via email, but they called me. Like the dude who cast me called me and gave me my info. Like, and I had to write it all down, like my costume, my call time, the location.
Oh God.
Ooh, this looks
Um,
fantastic.
yeah, this is looking really. It looks so spacious.
Yeah, we should have it be really open. 'Cause this
Yeah,
looks really cool.
definitely like walls of like fences,
Yeah, this looks
and
really
not
cool.
like solid.
I think in order to keep the stone brick design, we'll just have to have the entryway have a little bit of stone brick flair to it.
Yeah,
Oh, did you break?
we are getting dangerously close to redstone territory. We'll see what happens. I can't
I think
remember if
I
we're
think we'll have
good
to
on this
break it
level.
in order to get the roof.
Um, oh yeah, the roof will have to, but right now we should be chilling.
Yeah. So pretty much, I arrived on set. They never used me as a pedestrian, ever. Because they had like 20 of us there. 4 of us were pedestrians and stagehands. And for some reason, they told us, or they told the people handling us, not to use us as pedestrians and to just hold us. And I'm like, why? And they were confused why too, because they needed more pedestrians.
Hmm.
But that essentially led to me not being used all day. So 9 hours in is when I first got used. So I didn't get used until
Jeez.
I was getting paid overtime.
My God.
Yeah. So that was kind of annoying a little bit, and my phone died after like 10 hours. And
Yeah,
to
we're
give,
probably using it. You had nothing else to do.
oh yeah, no, I answered all of my stuff. That's my favorite thing about being background is the fact that I can catch up on all my messages and get paid for it.
Hmm.
But it's one of my favorite things, I guess. I also don't like being background because that's not what I want to do. So,
Yeah.
on that
For
day,
what it is, it's good for now, though, for
oh,
sure.
definitely. On the day, it's great for for networking, it's great for finding coordinators, it's great for getting money and having some time to go work on my lightsaber business as much as I can. It's pretty good. But didn't get used. First 6 hours we were in a nice air-conditioned like church. That was nice. But then lunch happened. Didn't even That's crazy, isn't it? I'm just there and then lunch.
Yeah.
Then lunch happened and then we weren't allowed to be in the church anymore. So what happened was they moved us outside, are holding us outside, and it was hot. It was like 80 something degrees out. So that was uncomfortable. So we stayed there for like 2.5 hours. And then they finally used us as stagehands, drove us to our new location, which was a high school. It was at like a big theater auditorium. I didn't even know what high schools had like full-on auditoriums for theaters. Like it was a theater. Had a stage,
Damn.
had a pit for the like orchestra. It had 2
Oh,
levels.
Amador had one.
Oh, it's bigger than Amador's.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Well,
it's
but
like
still.
10 times
You've
bigger
been
than
to
Amador's.
Amador's though?
Hmm. Yeah, Amador's
Yeah.
is nice, but like this
That
was
was like
huge.
something that should be at a high school, but it
This
was
probably
huge.
had 1,000 seats in it.
Jesus.
2 levels, red seats. They had like a booth at the top, like where you can, I don't know, manage televised things, is my guess.
Man.
It was nuts. And it was super air conditioned in there, so it was really nice. But then it got really, really cold after a while. All they had me do was stand around. They gave me a clipboard and told me to stand here. I'm like, okay. And they're like, look busy. Okay. And then they did that like 3 different scenes. So that was maybe 2 hours. So I was there for a total of almost 13 hours. I almost got paid for 12, I think. Which is nuts. And I was looking at my voucher because they did the electronic voucher. So they added some extra stuff on there. They said like extra fee or extra like pay, $100. I'm like, for what? I've never seen that before. I have no idea why the heck they'd pay me an extra $100 for no reason. So
Take it.
I don't even know if that's like a legitimate thing that they're gonna pay me for. I'll see when they pay me. But that brings me to Monday actually. Emerald, I got paid like when I checked out, I was being a photo double for that day, right? So I got paid $214 base rate, or so I thought. But when I checked out, he's like, "Don't worry, I'll adjust. I adjusted your pay rate already." I'm like, "Huh?" But I left. I didn't think too much of it. I'm like, "Okay, maybe they just didn't have me as a photo double for the day, and they had me as a normal background, and then they upgraded me or something." And I'm like, "That's fine." Then I checked the electronic voucher, and it said I was getting paid $250 for 8 hours, where my normal pay rate for like photo doubling is 214 for 8 hours. That is a huge difference, like major. And
Yeah, that's
to give you perspective, my normal background rate is $182 for 8, and I was being paid 100
Jesus.
or 250, and I only did like a 45-minute thing in the back of a car. All I did was sit in the back of a car for 45 minutes for
That's
that day.
so good.
Yeah, and they paid me 250 for 8. I have no idea why. I have a kind of an idea right now because of something else I'm going to tell you that happened. But that's baffling. I still don't understand why. But whatever, if they want to pay me that much extra
Yeah, they
base
can
rate.
go ahead.
Because that includes overtime too, so my overtime got calculated on that base rate. So,
So
whew.
good.
So I got a call from Elon yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He called me up and he's like, "Hey, there's this job, not stunt job, unfortunately. There's this job that the stunt coordinator called me up on, and they need specialty background." And I was silent after I heard that because I was trying to think. I'm like, what the heck is specialty? He's like, "Did you hear me?" I'm like, what's a specialty background? And he's like, essentially, you get called in to do a specific thing that like is not like typical normal background work, and your base rate is 250 for 8. And I'm like, huh, that's a familiar number. So how the heck
So
am I
your
considered?
specialty background.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense to me because when you hear the description of this job, it doesn't sound like anything a specialty background or anything I did on Monday. All I did was be a photo double and sit in the back of a car for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So what she asked for was, let me look at the texts. Um, Basically, it says we're supposed to be varsity swimmers. So he said, I don't know your experience, but mine's fairly minimal. And then he said, she asked for a video to be sent by this weekend of the following: freestyle swim, kick turns, and dive off swim blocks or something similar. Dates are 28 and 29, possibly both, and rate is 250 for 8. And then it's a stunt
That's
coordinator
huge.
who would be casting us, which is important because that's connections right there. I will have worked
Yeah.
for her. I could potentially say in my emails, like, I last worked for this person. I don't know if I can, but who knows? I could maybe. But if nothing else, I'm on her radar. So he called me up about that, which is amazing. Super awesome of him. And he's like, let me know if you're interested. I'm like, absolutely interested. And he said, great. She says to just post it on YouTube, and then you can send it to me, and I'll send it to her. And I'm like, awesome. And then he said, the earlier is the better. So I spent yesterday driving around to different pools trying to find ones with a starting block,
Nice.
but none of them. There was one that I found, but it
What?
was closed. And then there's another one I found with a diving board, but it was broken. So I'm like, what the
Did you
heck am
have
I
to like
supposed to
pay
do?
to get into these places?
$4 cash, which sucked too because I had no cash.
Yeah, cash sucks. I never carry cash.
Yeah. So I ended up just going to 24-hour fitness
Oh, yeah, nice.
and just diving off of the what 5-inch ledge there. So it's not very high, but it's the best I had. And then I filmed that, did freestyle. So basically, I watched videos that day of like how to do the dive because I'd only learned it very briefly when I was taking swim lessons because I took swim lessons for years, many years, even while I was doing gymnastics. So I am a decent swimmer in pretty much all of the different strokes. So I can pull off, like, he knows what the heck he's doing. But diving was never something I learned much. So I looked up videos, watched them, and then the flip turn, which is what it's called. I don't know why he put kick turn. You can call it either one because I knew exactly what he meant when he said it. I think that's pretty much what she sent him. So I understand. But basically, what I did was I went to the pool, practiced. I practiced a couple dives because you're not allowed to dive there. It
Yeah.
says explicitly, do not dive. So I'm like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep it minimal. Plus, it's pretty shallow, so I'm like, I don't want to smack myself. Uh, but we'll see. So the plan was start on the deep end, do the dive. So I'll start in my starting block position with my foot back, hands on the ledge, etc., and then launch myself into the dive, and then
Were
do.
there a lot of people at the pool?
No, not at all. It was very nice. This was like at 8 o'clock at night. So I did the dive, and then the plan was to freestyle all the way to the other side to the shallow end, and then do my flip turn, and then do a freestyle as far as I can back. My stamina is not high, especially for swimming, especially because I haven't done it for a long time. So the best I can do is like one way there and then half back.
Yeah, and
So
very reasonable, I
yeah,
think.
and then I can't go any further than that. So I had very few takes in me. So my first take, I did a dive, not the greatest dive, but whatever. And then freestyle there, flip turn, freestyle like halfway back, and then I died. Then I took a long break, did it again. I couldn't even, after the flip turn, couldn't even continue the freestyle. I'm like, I can't. I tried it a couple more times, but I couldn't even. And my swimming looked awful too. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna have those two takes, edit them together, just to show them back to back. And then it's best just to show those because that's pretty much where I'm at. It's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any worse. And on the day, if I do get hired, more than likely I'm not going to look as good as like my best
Yeah, you
video
don't
I
want
can
to.
shoot for
Yeah,
them because that's not realistic. Because that's like out of many takes, I have the best one and I send it. That's not
don't want them
how
to
I'm
look
gonna
at you
do
in
it.
person and get disappointed.
Yeah. So I just sent her that. Well, I made the YouTube thing, sent it to Elon. Hopefully he sent it to her. I'll see if I get cast for it. And it turns out it's just going to be one day, and they moved the date up to the 21st. So we'll see, but I'm hoping I get it. But also, it's going to suck if I do, because more than likely I'm going to be swimming all day. And if she's saying that we need to know how to do a starting block thing, more than likely we're at a swim meet, which means we're in the background at a
Yeah,
swim meet, which means I'm going to have to swim laps. Oh, I'm going to have to
that
fake
probably
it so
means
hard.
that there's like the main actors who like can actually swim
Or they have
pretty
swimming
good.
doubles or something.
Yeah, are swimming doubles, and they like are actually like pretty good, and they're gonna make you look horrible.
My bet is we're just going to be in the background. Maybe it's a practice, and the actors are going to be on the side talking to each other, and we're
Okay,
just in the background. So we won't even
that
be
would
in
make a lot
full.
more sense.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
wouldn't be in focus. We wouldn't be in full view, which is why this coordinator is taking a chance on both of us, because we're brand new. She doesn't know how we operate, and Elon more than likely told her that he doesn't have too much experience with swimming, and she seems like it. She seems to think it's fine to just send the best we have, because that's something he said. He said she said just to YouTube it and send the best we've got. So I don't think it's
Yeah, okay, it's not that serious.
exactly. So so I'm pretty sure it's not that big of a deal. So
Yeah.
it's not a high pressure thing. It's nothing on her reputation is on the line. Nothing on our reputation is on the line really, except for like just conducting ourselves well and doing what we can say we can do. So
Mhm.
hopefully we get cast for that. That would be super fun. Kind of. It's gonna suck too. But yeah, that was Thursday. And then I also got a call or face to face messaged me saying, hey, we have a rush COVID test today and work Saturday for a stand in job. And I'm like, I can do it. And they said, okay, what's your stand in experience? I'm like, I don't know, like 5 days, 2 projects. And they're like, okay, cool. Do you remember which ones they were? I'm like, yeah, never have I ever in Mighty Ducks. They're like, great, never heard back from them. So
Ah.
I don't think I got that one, but I did the same day get cast for a COVID test on Friday and work on Monday. I don't think it's for the same project, but we'll see when they send me my details. I think it's just background, but that's perfectly fine by me because I'm getting plenty of work right now, which is perfect. And then, I think there's one last thing. Oh yeah, my friend Rory, who's been in all of the Star Wars shows,
Yes, Rory. Love that guy.
yes, his birthday is today, and he sent me an invite to a birthday like celebration thing that someone's holding for him. That was at Six Flags for Sunday.
Ooh.
So I'm like, sure, I'll be there. And then I thought later after I said it, I'm like, oh shoot, that's money. And I looked it up and it's like $70 for a ticket. I'm like, oh
Yeah, the
god,
summer season like just started, so it's kind of bad timing.
yeah. So I was waiting to buy it till today, but he messaged me and he said that his girlfriend got COVID, so he won't be able
Oh,
to make it. I'm like, oh man, it's very unfortunate, but and he has to quarantine for 2 weeks now. But it's very unfortunate. It is fortunate for me that I didn't buy the tickets, so that's worked out, I guess.
I mean, also something to consider is that Magic Mountain is always in a hell pit of heat.
Oh yeah,
Don't know
no.
if you've heard the story. I went there once when I was a kid, and it was like 110, and they like ran out of ice.
Oh no! The whole place ran out of ice?
For the most part, like we went to many different places, and no one had ice
Oh no. That's terrible.
because that's how hot it was. And every time I passed through there, like going up or down from the Bay Area. My thermometer on my car always just reads so high. And I'm like, Jesus
Oh
Christ.
man. Yeah, it would have been
So
a bit
yeah.
rough too.
It's also like built on a mountain, which requires you to like
Yeah, walk.
climb,
Hmm.
walk, yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
and I guess it's good because I want to go to Disneyland for one day, so I got to save some money. Although my friend has free tickets, so I won't have to pay for the tickets. I can just uh,
very lovely.
pay for the food. But that was that, and then on Monday, all I have to do is work, and then Tuesday COVID test, and then 2 more days of work, and then work on the lightsabers that I have to do and my messages. And then I guess I'll briefly just say my TikTok's doing great as always. I'm at
As
144,000.
expected. How
Yeah,
many?
which is nuts. So let me see. The last time that we talked was on the 28th, I think, if I remember correctly from briefly glancing at it at the
Yeah,
beginning
that
of our
was like
call.
2 weeks ago.
Let's see, past 28 days. On the 28th, I had 124,000. So I gained 20,000 followers since our last call.
Jesus Christ.
And my video of unboxing Darth Vader's lightsaber, 2.3 million, and I posted that 2 days ago. Which is interesting because my Obi-Wan unboxing is only at 785.9 thousand. I say only.
Yeah.
Even though that's huge. So it's been doing really well. My free lightsaber was supposed to get here yesterday, but I called them today. I'm like, hey, where is it? What happened? They're like, oh yeah, they decided not to deliver it on Friday. They just never
Okay.
bothered to try. I'm like, what? So they had it in their facility, and they just didn't bother to try and get it to me.
Nice.
Wow. Okay then. And they're like, yeah, and the person sending it to you didn't pay for Saturday shipping, so you'll get it on Monday. I'm like, are you kidding me? I could have
Saturday
picked
is
it up,
more?
hmm,
Is Saturday shipping more?
for FedEx at least.
I never knew that. Why is it more?
I have no idea. No idea. I think that's just a
That's kind of
FedEx thing
weird.
because UPS or USPS is normal, but
Yeah. What? What? That's
yeah,
so whack.
but that annoyed me, and I could have picked it up today at one of their facilities, but I have my car parked on the street and I want to keep it there for Monday so I don't have
Oh,
to
I
wake up as
see.
early.
I see.
So,
I see.
very unfortunate, but whatever. I'll get it on Monday.
It's
Unbox it.
coming.
Yeah. Still no word on my Darksaber blade, which sucks, and then the FX Ready Obi-Wan saber that I bought as a replacement hasn't been shipped yet. Hopefully soon. And that concludes everything.
The update.
Yes. And now you can continue with your thing.
I have some more stuff, but really
Yes.
quickly, I'm going to grab some water, and I'll be right back.
Yep, sounds good. And we're back after the brief
Welcome
pause,
back.
and
It
he
was
will
like a
continue his
2-minute
story.
pause.
Yes.
um. Okay, where was I? So let's see. We had last weekend. I basically spent the entire weekend um, unpacking and moving in,
Hmm.
getting everything settled in the new house. There's one thing that I forgot to say about the past week
Long
that
Beach?
was pretty interesting. No, that was
Oh, different.
this Wednesday and Thursday.
Oh, okay.
But no, so last week on my first day of class, that Tuesday,
Hmm.
I drove down. I was in class, and this guy that I worked for previously hit me up, and he's like, "I've got a gig for you tonight if you're down."
Wow, that's oh my God, just like immediately. It's like, hey, today, work.
And so he was like sending the details, and he was like, "Yeah, so it's like a night shoot, but it's $500." And I was like, "Oh,
Oh.
$500?" And I was like, "Yeah, we need a gaffer." And I was like, "Okay." So it's gaffing, which is like what I want to do
Hmm.
professionally, and I get $500.
That's awesome. Oh
That's
my goodness.
really good,
Yeah.
but it's 12 hours at night,
Ugh,
and
that's probably
I
why
don't
it's so
have
much.
any place to live except for my buddy Blake's that I'm crashing at.
Hmm.
If I don't sleep at night, then like I don't know where I'm gonna go. And I was also in the middle of class, and he hit me up like it was like 5 o'clock at this time, and he was like, "Yeah, call time's at 7 in LA. If you're at China right now, you're probably gonna have to leave in like half an hour." And I was like, "Hey, yo, chill."
Wait. Oh my goodness.
So I said no,
Okay.
but I really wanted to go and gaff for it, but
Oh
I
man.
was
Man,
like, God
just
damn it.
just let him know that you're 100% down for the future
Yeah.
projects.
And so he actually did send me um a different gig a
Oh,
couple of
okay.
days later, which was why I was in Long Beach on Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay.
I got they needed a grip slash Movi operator,
What's a movie?
and the Movi is like a gimbal stabilization system, which I have never used, but
Interesting.
on the phone with the the guy who's like kind of running the show, I was like, yes, I know what a Movi is. And
Oh
then,
my god.
and then
Really?
in the couple days before the shoot, I was just online looking at all the manuals.
Oh my god. How'd that turn out?
um, it turned out pretty good actually. They barely needed me to do much on the movie
Perfect.
side,
Perfect.
but
Oh
yeah,
wow.
he was like okay, because he was like kind of deciding like whether or not he was gonna like hire me on the phone,
Hmm.
and he's like, so what's your rate? And I was like, I was like, my rate, and then what did I say? I was like, oh geez, like I just got like super nervous. I was like, I was not being expecting him to ask me this question.
Hmm.
I was not prepared. I was like, like I'm a student right now, so I'm cool with just like minimum wage, because I like wanted him to hire me,
Yeah.
and then he like sounded like offended. He was like, "We could do a lot better than that."
That's what you want to hear. Oh my god.
I was like, "Oh," and he's like, "How's like 300 sound?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay." So
Nice.
I got paid 300 a day for 2 days,
Oh, that's
about
perfect.
$600.
Did they pay you in cash or?
He's gonna Zelle me. He just asked
Oh,
for my Zelle not
perfect.
too long ago.
Perfect. No taxes.
It doesn't get taxed,
For now.
or I guess it will, because
Yeah, you'll have to
he
report
said
it.
also to email him an invoice and a W-9, which I have no idea
Oh,
what that is.
okay. So a W-9 is one of the tax forms that you need to do.
But like, it doesn't get taxed now, right? Like, it just gets
No.
taxed when I do taxes.
Yeah. The income that you
Yeah,
receive right now doesn't get any tax taken from it, but it will be reported on the W-9, so that means
I
tax will
see.
be taken out of it later.
Yeah, of course, which is expected, of course.
Yes,
But
but feel
yeah,
feel free to potentially, if you see any spots, to factor in the cost of gas going down there.
interesting.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so that's what I did on Wednesday and Thursday, which I accepted, even though I have class on Thursday. I just didn't go because I was like, I
Oh
want the
man,
300 bucks.
that's fair. What class is it?
uh, the class is virtual production, which
Interesting.
is a very cool class that I'm taking.
What's it about?
Um, so basically, not sure if you've seen anywhere or like heard of them, but like there are these like huge like LED walls. Or well, yeah, I guess you
Yes.
probably know because like
Is that new?
Mandalorian uses them.
The new technology stuff, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
basically like
awesome.
replacing like green screens.
I love
And
that.
my school got one like a year ago, but like no one knows how to use it. So they're like, okay, we should have a class on it. So
Cool.
that's this class.
That's
There's
awesome.
kind of
That's
like
really cool.
a lot of things going into it. There's like four different like sections of the class.
Hmm.
Um, there's like the cinematography section, which is the one I'm in. that's like learning how to like light and like do like all the technical stuff with it.
Hmm.
And then there's a production design one, which is learning how to like build sets for the wall and like incorporate virtual sets into your like on location sets,
Man, that's
which
a whole new
they're
thing.
going to be doing
My
some
goodness.
crazy work with that. And then
That's gonna be so exciting.
and the other section is like the biggest one, which is they're learning the actual like Unreal Engine to like
Yeah.
operate
Are you gonna be learning
how
that?
it's functioning. I'm not going to be learning Unreal just because like I'm in the cinematography class. I mean, technically like it's all the same class. You could like go wherever.
They've got to be using Unreal Engine 5, right? The new one.
I think they're
That's
actually
kind of
using
in beta.
4 because 5 is like in beta still, so
Yeah.
like
Okay,
they
that
don't
makes sense.
like officially use it. But everyone is like there's like a couple people there that are like Unreal experts, and they won't stop talking about 5.
Yeah,
They
everything I've
say it's
seen
incredible.
looks like mind blowing.
They're so
Like
excited
it's a
for it to like
whole
come out of
game
beta so they
changer.
can like use it on like professional stuff.
Hmm. Well, that's a cool class. I don't imagine you'll
Yeah,
miss much though. I'm sure you'll be fine.
yeah, it's kind of like it's a 6-week class, and like basically, when the class started, like the professors, there's like 4 professors, 'cause there's like some for like each like section of it,
Hmm.
and they all got together and they had like storyboards prepared, but like yeah, they had like storyboards for like 3 different scenes we're gonna do, and that's what they brought, and then we're basically just like doing everything around that. Um, the like last week, we're actually going to be like filming the scenes. Everything else is just kind of prep. And right now, it's kind of like there's not too much to do like cinematography wise, so I didn't feel like bad missing a class.
Hmm.
There's only so much like pre-lighting we can do right now, and we kind of like learned how to do like some of the technical camera stuff last week. So I doubt I missed much from the one class. It's like Tuesdays and Thursdays from like 3 to 7. So it's like
Oh, that's a long class.
yeah, it's like 4 hours, 2 days a week.
That's like the full hands-on class. I did one, one before, something like that, in my first semester of college. Lighting, grip, and sound is what it was called. So,
Interesting.
hmm, I think it was just a 2 or 3 hour class though.
But yeah, everything they're doing in that class is so amazing. It's gonna turn out really good, I think. It's like one
Sounds
of the sets
awesome.
is like a spaceship set, which
What?
explains some
Yes.
things that I've been like seeing because I do like a lot of productions in the other sound stages at Dodge.
Hmm.
And so we always go to like the school's like scene shop, and there's been this like weird like contraption thing that they've been building for like half a year in there.
That's so cool.
And I learned that it's like the cockpit of the spaceship we're using.
Oh
And
man,
then yeah, that's like that explains that. And it's
I
gonna be like huge.
love those types of sets. I can't even imagine just having your job be to like build these fantastical things.
I know, that's so cool. But yeah, and then we're also like making there's like this one student in the class that's like an absolute expert on 3D printing. Like I don't even know how they know so much, but they're like they fucking know it. And like for some reason they like have like access to like all these crazy machines. So like
Nice.
they like know. And also like Chapman just like bought like top of the line machines or something, so we get to like use them for free. But we're gonna like make like
That's amazing.
the Unreal people are gonna like make like the outside of the spaceship,
Hmm.
and then they're gonna use that as an asset like on the 3D or not 3D, but the LED wall. And then we're also gonna 3D print it as like a miniature that we're gonna film,
Mm,
which I think is gonna be really interesting. So I've always wanted to like shoot a miniature because that's what they do in movies all the time. So when they have
hmm.
like super big things they need to film.
That sounds really
So
awesome.
I think I'm going to learn a lot when we start filming.
Man, you've learned so much since going to that school. Like,
I know this school is so nuts.
mind-blowing amounts.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. And I just remembered something, like another aspect of the story I forgot to tell you. That's actually rather big, and I forgot why. I, I don't know why I forgot to tell you.
Let me hear it.
So basically, I'm gonna, uh, I'm not great at responding to people who message me, especially these days, and especially on Instagram. Because, you know, you make friends these days, and pretty much the only method of communication with film people is like Instagram, which is like, why? I don't know. But, anyways, I have a few people's Instagrams. So, I've gotten some messages. I got one message from. One message from the acting guy I met on, you know, the movie I'm not allowed to talk about because of the NDA.
Yes.
And then I got a message from a guy that I trained with, stunts, like has been to some of the stunt classes with the coordinator I train with, and I think I've met him in a few other places. So I've trained with him a few times. He messaged me. I didn't get back to them for like a week, or like two, because I'm not great at responding to people, and also it gets lost and easily forgotten when I have to respond to like 30 to 40 messages a day and like have all those conversations. So pretty much I went around, got to answering them, and the interesting one is from the stunt guy that I trained with. He sent me a message. I will read you everything that he sent me, because it is crazy. Let me look it up. The search bar feature is so helpful with all of my massive amounts of people. So basically, his first message was, "Hey Avery, just scrolling my feed and you came up. Reminded me that your training made an impression on me. You've been training much action stuff lately?" So that's a super nice message. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
It is a very nice message, yeah.
So I said, "Hi Chris, sorry it took so long to reply. I get so many Instagram messages every day. I lose track of all the people I need to respond to." Crying face. It's it's nice to hear from you and thanks for saying that. It means a lot. I've been struggling with getting my training schedule properly sorted out and consistent, so I've been feeling bad about that recently. Action and stunt training has also been slow since last month, but I'm moving closer to Jam and Tempest and everything in that area at the end of next month, so I'll be able to train more often. So in summary, it's been slow, but I'm very eager to get back to training properly. How have things been going for you? And hopefully we can train together again soon. I thought that was a pretty good message. And then he sent me
Yeah.
this. I'm gonna send you this picture, and then I'll read it as you read it. So I guess these people can, whoever's these people are, can see it. Come on, where's
All these people.
yes, all these many people that watch our Minecraft videos. I gotta find it in my pictures because you know what? I'm just gonna go to my photos and then send it to you from there because that's a smart thing to do. Screenshots. Here it is. Send to D. Jorgensen. There you go. Alright, and then I will explain to you just how big this is. Potentially.
Damn, that's a big message.
Yes. So, I'll read it out loud. "Hey Avery, all good.
Yeah.
Congrats to the move. I thought about you because I have been training at 87 North as part of a select fight team being groomed there, and thought you might be good energy to add to the mix. I literally have no pull or influence there beyond the idea of sharing profiles of someone I think might be good to work out there. I know they're looking for young acrobatic types, and see also do acro. Maybe you would like me to share your profile to Mike Chat, who shares potentials with David Leach. I could also share with my jiu-jitsu instructor at 87 North, in case you would like to train that. The invite class is free if you are let in. The jiu-jitsu is pay to play. At any rate, happy to pass along your info if you want to be on the radar, and if you have any reel that will supplement what is on your Insta, I can share that too." So,
Ooh.
87 North is the new name. They're 87 North Productions now. The new name of 8711, which I believe used to be called 8711 Action Design, which is the top fight team in Hollywood. They made all of the John Wick movies. They do basically a ton of the huge blockbuster like action movies. The movie with Brad Pitt that's coming out soon, Bullet Train, that was made by 87 North. So they are a massive, massive fight team. And that is precisely what I want to do, is I want to fight on screen. And I wanted to be with 8711, but I didn't know how to do that. And now they've rebranded to 87 North and created a sister, like, facility, which is why they're creating a new fight team. Because I'd been hearing about this new facility from my stunt coordinator and some other stunt people, and yeah, that's a crazy opportunity. Unfortunately, I don't have enough stuff on my Instagram to like be impressive, and in any sort of footage I have
Yeah.
is that I can post on there is not very impressive. So by now, I imagine they've already looked. I don't know. It depends on if they have time. I posted something yesterday or the day before of just me training a little bit at the Ninja Warrior gym a while ago. I have a few things I need to edit and post on there, but like that's really, really crazy because that can change my life. They're grooming a new fight team. I don't know why they would choose me over the many other incredibly highly skilled people, but who knows? Because I think I saw a couple of my friends training there. I think I saw Nicole training there, and I saw Chris, who sent me this, train there. And I think I'm a little bit more experienced with the fighting and martial arts aspect of it, which I think is what they do a lot, but they're much better at other things than I am. Like Nicole's significantly better at the acrobatic stuff than I am, because she was a competitive gymnast all the way through college, like through college, collegiate level gymnast, which is like insane. And female collegiate level gymnast is even crazier, because you get those high level things so much earlier on. And then I think Chris is or used to be a professional dancer, if I'm getting that right, based on what I've researched. But I feel like if they can train there, I can train there, because I'm pretty decent at fighting,
Yeah, I would say so for sure.
and I love to do it, and I don't know. Hopefully, I sent them my resume as well, so hopefully they look at that and they're like, oh, he trained all these random things. Why not? We'll give him a shot. Bring him in to train for a day or something, see what he's got. So I'm really hoping something pans out from that. Even if it doesn't, I'm gonna show up there anyways. Because I know people now that are gonna be there, and I'm probably gonna know future people. So I'm going to try and slip my way in a little bit, just sort of exist in that realm, and hopefully they bring me on.
hmm
But yeah, I need to start posting and editing some of the footage I have at the moment, and then I need to like make new ones for sure. And I still don't even know what the best course of action would be for posting, because I've heard if you post things that are bad, it could potentially lose you a job and future jobs. Uh,
So stressful.
yeah, so I'm like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to post. So the best bet I have is just like post videos and make sure it's labeled either messing around or training or like practice. Basically, be brutally honest with everything and fully self-aware, and that is the best way you can like put yourself out there, because then coordinators are like, okay, I'm honestly getting what he can do and his skills and what he can do at the moment. I can work with that. Or hey, not now, but I can see that he's training, so maybe he'll get better in the future and I can keep an eye on it. So that's my hope. That's my whole game plan there. But
That could be
anyways,
very huge.
oh yeah, massive, because that can change my entire life right there.
Yeah.
Biggest stunt team in the industry, grooming a whole new generation of fight team people.
I wish you luck with that.
Thank you. I don't think I honestly don't see why they would choose me, so I don't think they will. But on the off chance they do, awesome. But I also just need to keep training and prepare for all opportunities and create the opportunities later.
Hmm, definitely.
I think these walls could be cool because it still creates that stripy illusion.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And it'd still be enough space to put like two fences or
Yeah,
two
here, let
like
me
gates there.
let
And you
me
can
make
still
a
like fit a
fence
horse
gate
through there.
because I'm pretty sure the fence gates connect, right? They connect with the stone bricks. So anyways, I think that concludes both of our stories, so I should stop recording now. As you can see, this is kind of
Man,
the process we're going to take to do this whole alleyway or whatever it's called, underpass. So
I've got
most
a
likely,
couple more days of updating.
yes.
But you can end. It's not important. All the important stuff
Oh,
is
really? Okay, well, if you want to, if it you can say it because I don't think we're going to be uh, filming much in the next week, so maybe we'll have opportunities.
Okay, well, um, where were we? We were talking about the class. Oh yeah, so, um, randomly earlier this week, I got an email from my set decoration professor that I had this past semester,
Hmm.
and the email just said, "Call me."
What?
Those are the only two words in there, and then like her signature with her email. Or, I mean, her not her email, her phone number. They're just two words, and that scared the shit out of
Yeah,
me.
that's a
I was
scary thing to
like,
get. Oh my goodness.
I was like, hel- hello? I like called her, and I was like so nervous. I was like, hi, this is Daniel. I was in your set decoration class this past semester. I was like so nervous. And then but it turns out it's because she like loved me in her class,
Hmm.
and like she wanted to like help me get work. So she's like, hey, so I'm working on this like feature, and if you're interested, might have an opportunity for you. And I
Ooh,
was like, okay, I'm
that's
interested.
nice.
And she's like, yeah, so it's in Kentucky.
What? What the
She's
heck
like,
films in
but
Kentucky?
I'm in a meeting later today to like see like just how much exactly they would like cover in terms of like travel and housing
They
and
better
everything.
cover it all.
But
Jesus.
yeah, she's always like a huge advocate in class for like covering anything and like super good pay. So
Hmm.
like she wouldn't like hit me up if it like wasn't gonna be good.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like yeah, I mean, I guess I would go to Kentucky. Like that sounds pretty good. I was like, when does it start though? And she's like, starts the 14th of June. And I was like,
Wait, wait, wait. It's wait. That is the
well,
11th right now.
this was I think this was on like Monday. Yeah, I think this was on Monday. So I was like, you're telling me I would leave in like a week
What?
to go to Kentucky, and she was like, it's like 8 weeks long, but you wouldn't have to like stay the whole thing if you don't want to.
What?
And I was like, you're telling me in a week I would
Dude,
go
that's
to
so much
Kentucky for two
money and so
months.
much experience and so much like networking.
Yeah, so this sounds nuts, but I'm like,
Oh my
listen,
God.
I am I don't even know like what job she's like even offering
Hmm.
because she probably has the hookups in like the set deck department because that's like what she's doing.
Hmm.
So I'm like, but she like knows I want to gaff, and it was really weird. Like in the class, she like gave me like special assignments like related to DPing and gaffing.
Huh, interesting. Sounds like a good teacher.
Yeah, because she didn't want to like waste my time. It's like okay, I mean, okay, thanks. But so yeah, like I don't even know what she would have done. Like it could have just been like a PA job or something for all I know.
Mhm.
But I
Well, I
was
didn't.
like, listen, I'm in like class for like another month, and like this class is like super beneficial to me, so I don't want to like leave the class or anything.
Oh no.
And she's like, oh, okay. Well, I'll let you know if I find anything else. And I was like, okay.
Oh no. Well,
So I could have gone to Kentucky for 2 months,
man,
but
that would have been something right there. But hey, keep
that would
doing
have
what
been
you're
a
doing and you'll
story.
get those opportunities again. Like,
Yeah.
there's no doubt about that. My goodness. That's nuts.
That was so nuts, dude.
That's a
Such a
crazy
weird
call.
call.
Man, when you go into the film industry, you have this notion that it's going to be insanely difficult. But everything I've seen so far is basically just like you get hit up randomly
Yeah.
all the
It
time.
comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, and all you have to do is just do things, talk to some people, and
Yeah.
then
And be
just
like nice enough that they want to hire you.
yeah, and then or like in my case, have a good training etiquette or like nice training etiquette,
Yeah.
just be overall relatively impressive, just show a little bit of something, and then they're like, "Hey, I've got this project." It's like, "What?" Wow, that's crazy. That's super cool
Yeah,
though.
so that was pretty wild. I kind of wish I would have like fished for more information before saying no, because I'm really curious like what it would have been, like what the like role I would have been in.
Yeah. Well, hey,
I
that's
don't know,
for
because
next time.
like if it's a like 8 week feature, like that's gotta be like unionized.
Oh,
So like
100%, yeah.
if I'm in like the department I want to be, like I'll get my union days, you know, like
Hmm.
that could be crazy.
And that's
Except
eight
then that'd
weeks?
be a whole issue because I couldn't really like join the union because um you can't like be in the union and do like Chapman sets,
Really?
and I need to DP and work on like Chapman sets to like fulfill my graduation requirement. So like
Maybe it wasn't
I
unionized then, because I don't know why your teacher would
don't know. Well, like
do
I could
that.
still like work on it and like not join the union.
Hmm.
I think because I think it might have worked because like once you get your days, I think you have like a year or something. Because the requirements to, at least for like the electrical union, the one I'm trying to join, you have to get like 30 days in the same year. Like
Oh,
from the first union day, you need to get 30 days
is that the case for every year?
from that day. Um, Wait, what do you mean?
Like, is it just like you have to have work for the first 30 days, or like for 30 days every year, or is that just after you
It's just
graduate?
like a requirement to get into it,
Oh, okay, cool. Gotcha.
but like I assume like I like if for some reason I get lucky enough to get union days this summer, I think I could just like hold on to them
Hmm.
and then as soon as I graduate just join the union, which would be
Yeah,
ideal.
that's probably a good plan.
But yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah, that's a that's a crazy story.
I don't know why she had to terrify me like that, just
Yeah,
emailing me
why
saying
couldn't
call
she
me.
just send you the info on it or
But she
something?
was kind of like that. Like she's like such a busy person because she like very actively works in Hollywood.
That's really good.
So like emailing her was like impossible. Like I remember at the beginning of the class, like I was on the wait list, and like the first class meeting was on Zoom because Chapman was like everyone's like coming from like everywhere. Like the first week is on Zoom, but like I was waitlisted, so I like wasn't in the Canvas, so I couldn't get like the Zoom link to like sit in. So I like kept emailing her, and I had to email her like so
Oh
many
my God.
times before she like saw it.
Wow.
So like she's very like clearly busy with her emails and whatnot. So like it makes sense. Like it wasn't like out of character for her, but I was like, this could be like anything. Like at first I was thinking it was something about like my grade,
Yeah, that's the
because
first thing
I'm
to
pretty
come to
sure
mind.
that day was like the same day the grades were due
Oh my
for last
God.
semester. So I was like,
Oh no.
oh
Well,
god, terrifying.
that was a cool. That's a cool thing though. Glad that I continued recording for that. Jesus.
And what else did I do this week? On Wednesday, I went to UCLA's Undie Run.
What?
Which was, have you heard of Undie Runs?
No.
They're very common on college campuses.
I never went to
Or
college.
at least, I know UCLA and Chapman do. It's like tradition.
Hmm.
Like every finals week during Wednesday at midnight, basically there's like a route that you take, and everyone's like wearing just underwear.
Weird.
Um,
I don't think I'd ever do that.
I didn't think I'd be someone to do it, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah, really?
Just because like you're with a bunch of friends and you're just like fucking around, doing it for the goofs.
I imagine it
But
could be something that I could be convinced to do, but
I definitely enjoyed it more at my school. At UCLA, there were like so many people, it wasn't even funny.
oh, so you did it both?
Yeah, well, I actually didn't do it. They do it like every time you have finals. So at my
Oh,
school, it's like
I see.
every semester. At UCLA, I still don't understand how quarters work, but I assume it's
There's
every
three.
quarter.
There's three quarters.
Okay, yeah,
I know
that's what
that
was confusing
much.
to me because like it's a quarter, so there should be four, but like
Yeah,
there's
it's
three.
yeah, it's
I don't
three
know.
because the fourth one is summer. So
I guess that
technically,
makes
I
sense.
took 4 quarters of courses, 5 quarters of courses, because I took 2 summers and 3 quarters.
But yeah, at my school, I didn't go to this past one because I had COVID. That was like the day I found out I had COVID. I was like
Oh, man.
unlucky. um, but I did go to my school's winter one, which was absolutely awful. It was like 40 degrees out at
Aw,
like
I can't even
midnight.
imagine. Jesus.
But it was an experience, and I don't regret it. But yeah, UCLA was just a completely different experience
Oh,
because there were
man.
like like probably like 10,000 people just in their underwear like running in the middle of the night. It was fucking nuts.
I can imagine.
It was a sight to see, let me tell you. Because then like the ending spot is like up the stairs at like the like grassy like plaza,
Hmm.
if you know what I'm talking about.
Uh, which which side? Yes, I do. There's multiple
Like
stairs there.
up the big
I've
stairs.
only been there a handful of times, even though I was technically a student.
I've probably been there more times than you. I visit my friends there,
Oh
but
yeah, no, you probably definitely have. I think I've gone twice to tour it just because that's how it worked out, and then well, 3 times to tour it, I guess. And then, yeah, maybe I've only been there like 4 times total. Oh, once was my graduation, so maybe 4 or 5 times total. Like, and that was only for like days, like 5 days. So like, yeah, not very much.
yeah, all of my friends from high school that like go to UCLA are all like graduating. Like they're gonna be moving back up to the Bay, and I'm not gonna be able to see them. So I like wanted to hang out with them. I was like, "You guys doing anything fun this year? This like week before they graduate? I think they graduated tonight,
Hmm, nice.
actually." But
They probably get an actual graduation.
mhm. but yeah, they're like, "We're going to the Undie Run." I was like, "Okay, I'll come." My set finished at like 9, and then it was at midnight, so I had plenty of time to get over there.
Mhm.
And then yeah, it was nuts. When we got up to like the top like plaza part, it just like there was just like, a bunch of people with, like jukeboxes, and they were like going crazy, and like there's like a bunch of like street posts, and people were like climbing the street posts.
Jeez.
It was like I was like, what is happening? And then the police eventually got everyone out of there, but I can say I've done it.
Hmm.
Pretty much everyone was like drunk. I didn't drink personally, just because like I knew my friends were like gonna get so drunk, and I also had to drive.
Mm.
I would have just had like one drink if anything, but I was taking care of my friends because
Yeah.
they were all getting like absolutely plastered because they just had the like last final of
My
college.
goodness. Man, I
What a
remember
night!
my finals. That sucked. I took like 7 finals at once.
Jeez.
Uh, that's what I get for graduating a year early. Too many classes. Ugh. Well,
Yeah, and then
that's quite
that brings
an
us
adventure.
to yesterday and today, where I went to the Cinegera Expo at
All
the
right.
LA Convention Center, which I think is pretty close to where you live, if I'm not mistaken. But
Probably.
it's the same place that Gabby works, LA
Oh, then
Live.
yes, definitely.
I've no relation to where your house is compared to that. I've only been there like once, but
15 minutes away.
um, yeah. So basically, every year they have like this expo where like anybody who makes like cinematography like gear and like anyone like just related to cinematography, any company is just like there, and they're like showing off their like new products and like new stuff for the year.
Hmm.
And so it's just like crazy like technologically advanced,
Man,
and
that
like
sounds awesome.
everyone in like the union that like cares about cinematography is there. So there's like so many like big names there, and like it was just like huge because like I'm not sure, you know, the company like Arri, they make cameras.
Yes.
They released like a new like flagship camera, and everyone was like going crazy because
Oh man.
it's like this camera is insane. It's too bad I'll never be able to touch one because it's worth like 100 grand. But
Oh,
we'll see.
hey,
We'll
never say
see.
never. It might happen.
I mean, I guess I've touched pretty expensive cameras, but it's gonna be a while before this one trickles down to where I can use it, I think. But it's absolutely insane. And like just everything there, like they have like lighting, which is like super cool for me because I've only dealt with like a couple different lighting companies, but you got to like go around and like use like every company's like new lights. And I kind of like test them out.
That's awesome.
They had like huge names. Like I went with like a group of like Chapman people.
Hmm.
I didn't get to talk to them personally, but someone was like, my buddy got to talk to like the gaffer from like Interstellar or something.
Nice.
He was like talking about the setups. I was like, what? Where? Like, they're like, I don't know where he went. And I was like, damn it. Just like everyone there was insane. And like all of the stands and like booths for like giving out like merch. I got like a bunch of like hats and t-shirts from like my favorite brands. It was awesome.
Oh, that's great. It's really cool.
Hmm. Good time.
Was that just one day or was it 2 days?
It's like it's like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday,
Gotcha.
and then I think there's like where the booths are open. Tomorrow is just like a like lighting masterclass, which I really wanted to go to because there's some like really big names that are gonna be there, but it like sold out like instantly, and like I only had like a free ticket 'cause going to it was free,
Hmm.
but there were like VIP tickets as well that get to your like parties, and like had like first priority for like the seminars and like sort of like classes they have. So it sold out
Nice.
before I could get to it as a
Oh,
general access
I see.
thing, which I'm very sad about because from what I hear, it's like the most extensive like lighting class you can get. So
Well,
yeah, maybe one day
yeah, absolutely.
I'll be cool enough.
Probably, what, do they do it every year?
Yeah, I think it's like I think they do it like twice a year, but like once in LA and then once somewhere else in the country. So I think it's like twice a year, but only like once a year, like in the area.
That's awesome. You gotta definitely make that happen.
Yeah, I've been very productive in this
Sounds
crazy last couple weeks.
sounds
Been quite
really
the adventure.
productive, yeah. I've also been productive, just in different ways. I need to be more productive in, the proper ways, though, which I
Mhm.
suppose is stunts and acting is what I need to set up. But yeah,
That's very cool. Checking in with each other like every couple weeks as we like progress in our careers.
yeah, it's kind of crazy
Like
how
starting to get paid more. We're starting to get more sets
exactly we get more
gradually.
experience, more stories, and
Every time we've got good stories.
things seem to progress pretty substantially, which is amazing. And then we get to document it. Yay!
Hmm. I like what you did with these center ones.
Yes, I manually lifted it up.
It looks good lifted.
It actually comes that way naturally. So
Um,
this is kind of a good style. As you can see, I put in. Well, anyways, you know what? Let's do a closing thing, and then I'll briefly go over this,
oh
and then I gotta
yes.
go. Anyways,
Oh, sounds good.
I
Yeah.
hope you guys enjoyed the story time. Literally hours of story.
Oh my God, it's 11 o'clock.
Yes,
Jesus.
lots of catching up, but really cool things. Hopefully, you guys got a cool insight on our lives and are excited for where we're gonna go, because we're excited. And if you're
We're
watching
going
this from the
places.
future, look at where we are now, and look where we.
Yeah. You know all sorts of stuff that we don't.
Yeah, I know, right? They're just looking at us, being like, these guys don't even know what they're gonna do with their lives. They don't know where they're gonna end up, who they're gonna be.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We'll update you guys later on next time. Might be a while, it might not, depends on storage space, depends on free time. But this is how it's
Many
gone, and
factors.
that's pretty much what we're gonna be doing. So, you guys have a nice month or or day, whatever it is, and see you next time.